Welcome, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show. It is May 22nd, 2024. We are recording from the Highland Communities. You'd think I'd know that.
I know, right?
Highland Communities Podcast Studio. I should know that.
You should, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean...
We're still new.
Hey, man, we're not even 6 months in, so we can still say we're new.
Yeah, absolutely we can.
So, the Western Conference Game 1, Western Conference Finals Game 1 just ended.
Both are now ended.
Both Game 1s.
Game 1s are done.
Okay, and the thing that sucks for both of us, the teams that we have chosen to root for barely lost.
I know, but it's good. I like that it's close.
Yeah, I got to say, I was so much more impressed with the Pacers. I did not think they stood a chance.
Well, they were down early, like by double digits constantly, and they just kept battling back. And then I think they were tied going into half or close.
Yeah, and then they had the ultimate like meltdown. They were up 3 with I think it was 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Okay, they're up. It's like 117 to 114. They need an inbound pass, and the inbound pass was an absolute failure. Ball goes to the Celtics. The Celtics tie the game, goes in overtime, they get blown out in overtime. And it was one of those things where I'm like, dang, dude, if they could have stole one game, I would have been so stoked because I was really pushing for the Pacers.
And I still think they can. They're playing. I mean, they're like, you've liked this team from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you've always said something from the beginning of the season. So like you've always been kind of a fan. But dude, I've never heard of any of these dudes. I'm looking at some of these guys and I'm like, who are they? You know? But it's exciting to see that
new blood.
New blood, especially for a younger team to come through. And if you look, the Timberwolves are a young new team. Like they've got a little seniority there with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. And Cat's not old. I mean, he's not young anymore. I mean, he's 28, 27. It's funny. He was drafted the same year as Devin Booker. And we look at Devin Booker as young.
Yeah, that's true. Because we're old.
We
established that the last episode with those kids.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my gosh. It's never more apparent to me than when we do things like that. Because, dude, when they told me, what was it that they said that they were, born in 2007?
Yep.
I was like, oh, my gosh. I was 2 years out of high school, and they were born. Oh, that hurts.
Sucks. Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, but so, yeah, it is fun to see the new blood get out there and play. But at the same time, dude, I think once Porzingis comes back for the Celtics, the Pacers they're just done. I mean, they had a chance to steal one, and you went in there, you played so hard, you kept battling back. It was awesome to see. But ultimately, I mean, you look at the Celtics roster. I look at the Celtics roster, and I think about it as probably the best top-to-bottom roster in the NBA. But for whatever reason, those guys can't bring it every night. And I don't understand why that is.
I don't know. Yeah. That's one thing that, you look at guys like LeBron or these teams that do bring it every night. Luka, these guys that just – and you wonder what sets them apart. Because Luka and LeBron, they all have bad games. I think you're entitled to that. It's going to happen. But to consistently be – on the side of great versus good is pretty impressive. And then you see a team, like you said, the Celtics, they're pretty Jason Tatum. He's either on or he's off. Like he's not.
And he is one of those guys you look at and say, talent-wise, that guy's got everything.
Well, you watch him some games, you're like, holy cow. Yes. And in other games, you're like, bro, did you get off the bus?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Same thing with Jaylen Brown. Can't go to his left. He can't go left. And so it's like, just force him to the right every single time. Yeah. I mean, or just, shade to the right. He can't go left. So, but I look at the team again, top to bottom. Drew Holiday is a player that I know every single team in the NBA would want to have him on the roster, except for the idiots that keep trading him. Like, what were the Bucks doing? I don't understand. Like, you don't get better when you trade him. That's shown the course over every single team he's been traded from.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah, you're right.
So Drew Holiday's a guy. Derek White is a guy that the Spurs just gave away. Tell me the Spurs wouldn't be happy to have Derek White right now as their point guard with Victor Wembanyama when they went the whole season without a point guard.
I wish the Suns would have a point guard. We'd take him.
We would take him. Dude, I would trade Bradley Beal for Derek.
Yeah,
no, I probably wouldn't. But truth be told, I would
take the $50 million with him, the contract with him.
But, I mean, it's just, like I say, top to bottom. Porzingis, we didn't even talk about the other guys on the roster. I mean, they just got so much depth. Quality depth, not just average dudes, but dudes that would start on a lot of teams in the NBA. And then you look at the Pacers, like you said, how many of those guys do you even know?
Dude, I'm looking at some of them like, I couldn't even tell you, dude.
But to me, that's what's fun about them. I see new blood out there. I see teams. But I'll also say this. My nephew, son, super fan, David. I'm just going to call him David. His name's David,
Yes.
okay? David texted me Last night we were talking about the Pacers and Celtics, and he's just like, the Celtics look terrible. Whoever they play in the West are going to get trounced by. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, they've only lost like one game in each of the series they've played. Like, it's gone to 5 games, and here they are in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's like, yeah, but if you watch any of the games, they look terrible in every game.
The East is just weak.
The East is so freaking weak, and it's so disheartening when we're stuck in a stacked West where there's just like, I mean, even when you look at the Suns team, like, yeah, we got swept by the team that right now is in the Western Conference Finals. They got beat tonight, which really sucked. Dude, the worst, like you said, we were talking about, great players that just suddenly are. Luka Doncic was nowhere to be seen in the first half, and he just closed it out in the fourth.
And all of a sudden, right, you never get a full game of him sucking. Like, he's got and like I said, everybody's entitled to that maybe sluggish start because these guys play a lot of games back to back, or they only get a day off. And during the day off, they're playing basketball. They're just a lighter version, know?
Yeah.
So they're not really resting for a season, So it's taxing. And for these guys to come out and still, Luka's, I don't know how old is Luka now.
23?
Late. Is he still young?
Dude, he's very young.
Really that young? I thought he was a little older.
I want to look it up because he came into the league at 18.
Oh,
and I mean, he has been in the league for a minute now, but I mean,
I want to say he's 25, 27, something like that, but I could be wrong.
I'm going to say he's 24. I'll say 24, and you're saying 27.
26, 27.
26,
something like I think he's older than 24, but.
Okay. So we're going to check it out here. Luka Doncic. He is, I hate looking at him, 25. Huh? He's 25. Oh my gosh, he's 25 years old.
And he is dominating, dude. Like,
his career averages at 25 years old is 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists.
It's insane.
Screw that guy. I freaking hate him. And I will say this. There's some bias in the reason why I hate him. It's because I can't stand watching his style of basketball. I just can't stand it. But it's also the fact that the Suns had the number 1 overall pick that year, and the guy that we picked, we've already traded away.
Can you imagine Luka and his Suns, though? Like,
no, in fact, I don't want to imagine. In fact, somebody said that.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Dude, I don't see him and Booker getting along.
Maybe not, but maybe Booker's not who they pick up afterwards.
Well, no, they had him before.
They had Booker before, so... I don't know, dude. I think Luka could play a point guard. I think he
is a point guard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he could play that role. And that might be dangerous.
And I will say this: part of me is wrong because the fact that I didn't think that him and Kyrie Irving could possibly exist on the same court together, and they have. I mean, shoot, they're in the Western Conference Finals, and they won Game 1. So I mean, yeah, obviously they're doing all right. They're doing something right. But my thing is I look at the way that Luka Doncic plays. He plays like the James Harden, the heliocentric basketball, where they are the center of the basketball universe on their team. It always goes through them. They're always dribbling the ball. And unless they're going to shoot it, the first person they pass it to has got to shoot it. That's why their numbers are so inflated all the time. At least that's the way I look at James Harden. Luka's not so much that way. I have one of my best friends will swear to me and fight with me all day long about how Luka Doncic and James Harden aren't the same player. I refuse to see it. I refuse to see it, man. It's the same freaking basketball to me. But I just don't think that him and Devin Booker could exist on the same court because Devin Booker's not going to be the one guy sitting on the side of the perimeter waiting for that pass to come.
But he has to be if he wants to win.
Well, I know. He didn't do that with Chris Paul.
But Paul was still a point guard. He was a floor general. Yeah. Like, he ran that. Everything went through Paul. Even though Booker was still great, everything. If they knew their role, right? It's all about knowing your role on a team like that. Yep. If you know your role and you can play Scottie Pippen sometimes, right, and just be a good number 2 when you need to be a number 2.
And see, that's what I think Chris Paul was to Devin Booker. He was a fantastic number 2 because how many games do you remember Chris Paul scoring over 20 points?
No, I don't.
Just never. Yeah. I mean, it would be a couple of times. Right? And it was only when it was absolutely necessary because he's the only guy who could get that mid-range shot off and nobody else was making anything, right? It was one of those things where it's like, I've told you about my buddy Mike when I play basketball with him. Yeah. He doesn't do anything until his team's losing, and that's when he comes to play.
Turns it on,
gets him a lead, and then he goes right back to distributing. Like, hey, you guys shoot. Because he's just there to get some exercise. He's not there to show us how good he is because he's way better than any of us. But anyway, I look at that was the way Chris Paul played. It was, hey, Devin Booker's the star. I'm going to do my best to make sure everybody gets the right shot at the right time. And if say Devin Booker's on the sidelines or maybe Book's shot's not falling, that's where I'm going to go with my elbow. I'm going to shoot that shot, and we're going to get back.
I think Luka could do that. I think Luka could say, okay, my first pass is Booker.
Yeah.
If it ain't me, it's Booker. Like, he's got to know that. And then you kind of work around. But everything's got to go through a point guard, and we just are never going to get it.
No, we're not going to get it with this. I mean, I'm going to say never, but I have no idea how they're going to do it with the limitations that they're facing when trying to construct this roster.
We need them to pick up, like, the Tom Brady of the NBA in the draft coming up, dude. Like some random pick.
Dude, oh, my gosh, Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
Got to get that guy.
43rd pick overall, you know.
Get this guy in the second round and turn him into the 3-time MVP.
Perfect.
Speaking of which, how did you feel about them losing that game? The way that they lost that game. We're talking about the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Because
they were up by a lot. 20 points, I think, at half or so. I think last time I remember seeing it was 38-58. And then all of a sudden, it was like the Wolves were like, not today.
Yeah.
You know?
They put the freaking clamps on them in the second half.
And then they win by 10, 11 points.
Yeah.
Or 8 points. That's insane.
It was. I think I saw that the scoring discrepancy was 58 in favor of the Timberwolves. They scored 58 points and held the Nuggets to 32.
Yeah.
They went on that kind of run to close out the game in Game 7 in Denver, in altitude. Like, that was pretty freaking studly, man. Well, that was pretty studly.
I think that's why I'm not worried about them losing tonight. Like, I think that's going to go 7 games. I think it'll be close. I mean, the Mavs may etch it out at the end, but, dude, I don't think the Wolves are just going to fall over. Like, they're going to figure it out. And they only lost by 2 points.
3, I think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the same thing happened with them. They had another couple, like, really, really egregious late game errors that was like, dude, you can't mess that up.
Not in the Western Conference Finals, dude. You cannot have those errors.
Not in the closing minutes. And I look at, Anthony Edwards didn't have his greatest game tonight, which is crazy because he almost had a triple-double. But it was one of those games where you could tell that he just didn't have it. It wasn't those 40-point games that he was throwing up against the Denver Nuggets or against the Suns. But he still was like, if you don't have solid contributors, those guys, those role players that they had previously just dominating the Suns like the way they did, what's that guy? Number 9. It's like Nicholson Alexander. I don't know. It's one of those hyphenated names.
Weird
I can't remember.
Names,
yeah. And then Jaden McDaniels. When those guys aren't just hitting their wide open threes, or when Cat's doing Cat things, which is like, you ever watch that guy drive to the basket and wonder how does he do that? Because it's just like limbs flying all over the place. A 7-footer just couldn't look any less coordinated, and somehow,
and then it goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tonight was one of those nights where it wasn't going in.
Yeah.
It was just, he had a couple good shots, but I don't know. I am rooting hard for the Timberwolves because you know how much I want to see the Mavs just fall on their face.
I know.
want that to happen so bad.
I would love, just for the sake of our argument, it'd be a Wolves and Pacers final.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That'd be so cool.
And we would get on the national stage because we called it.
Yes.
All right.
Would be out.
I don't know that there's much else to say as far as here we are. It's exciting to watch all these teams here are kind of like new blood. All of them represent new blood in the sense that there's no Steph Curry in the finals. There's no LeBron James.
There's no Lakers. There's no Warriors. There's no Spurs. There's no, or the Bucks again. It's just the Nuggets are out.
I think it's something like when you think of the stars of all these teams, the stars are looking for their first rings. Now, obviously, there's some Drew Holiday's got a ring. Nobody else I can. Oh, yeah, nobody else I can think of in the Celtics has got a ring. Same thing for every other team. It's like, yeah, they may have a guy here or there that was a role player on a previous team that got a ring. Outside of that, it's everybody looking for the first championship.
Did Rudy Gobert get one? Wasn't he with the Nuggets?
No, he was with the Jazz.
The Jazz.
Yeah, he never got one.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking about it. The Timberwolves they've never even made it to the finals.
No.
So this will be their first championship for them. The Mavs won one a couple years ago with Dirk Nowitzki, but nobody else is remaining on that team. So that's a clean sweep. I don't want them to win again because I've already said that. But then the Pacers, dude, I don't think the Pacers have ever won an NBA Finals.
Not that I can remember.
No. And I think the last Celtics one, wasn't that with Kevin Garnett? Is that their last championship?
That was with the Celtics?
Yeah. Was it the Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen team?
I think so.
I can't think of another team that I'm probably wrong.
Because Garnett, he made it to
the
2008
finals and they won it.
With the Wolves. That was their first time making it to a Game 7. That's what it was.
Yeah, when he was
in 04, when he was with the Wolves. So then I know he didn't do anything else there.
No.
And then he did go play for the Celtics.
And he won one. That was the you can do anything or something like
Some weird,
like super cheesy quote that was like, oh, good for you, KG. You got it.
I'm just happy he got one.
Yeah, I'm happy he got one. Some of the greats, they've got to come away with one. Poor Charles.
Speaking of which, when are we going to do the draft for the 2000s?
Dude, I was just thinking about that.
We need to
today.
figure that out because I'm ready for that one.
So I'm going to be gone this weekend.
That's fine. I'm
And you're gone this weekend.
we
It's
ain't doing
Memorial
nothing
Day
Sunday.
weekend, baby.
Yeah. We're going to do. I mean, I'll be home Sunday because I don't. So where are you going?
I'm going to California.
Oh, see, so we're going to Sholo, right? And dude, let me just tell you, there's only one way up because the Globeway is shut down because of blasting or whatever they're doing there. That bridge.
Oh.
So everybody's going up through Payson. So
Yes,
we're leaving tomorrow on Thursday. Hopefully around noon. I'm hoping to beat most traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back Sunday. Like I'm not traveling on Memorial Day. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Not even going to think about it. And I've actually even contemplated leaving Saturday night at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, just to drive all night.
Just to drive. I'd rather drive and get home at 1 and then be like, you know what, sleep for the day. Sunday, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I want to drive that late.
Dude,
Plus, I think I'm going to let my kids drive up. It should be fun.
I would say this. Actually, when I think about it, like I would say yes, but I thought, oh, you know what? They got elk up there, bro.
Yeah, it's not that time of year. It's kind of like it kind of is, but kind of isn't. They're higher up because it's hot. So right now is where you think about, not really where you think about elk. It's the fall time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I mean, I grew up with that stuff all the time, and it's warm enough where they're higher up.
Well, that's
So-
something you know more about it than me. I just
Yeah.
anytime I think about driving up there, I'm always like, well, I've got to watch.
I mean,
elk on the road.
Forest Lakes is always like something because it's
Yes.
kind of a weird altitude right there because it's like, I mean, Forest Lakes will get snow and nothing else will right there. You know what I mean? So
because it's all sitting right up there against the the rim.
the rim, yeah. So you know,
that weird
I mean, there's
updraft.
always a chance, but for the most part, right now, like when I drive up in the summertime and stuff, that's the last of my worries. Unless you're going up maybe really early on the canyon side and you're coming out of the canyon maybe in there somewhere. But dude, I mean, I've traveled that road a lot. And
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I've had to dodge elk in the middle of the road and you just can't panic, right? You just gotta. Oh, okay, it's a cone weave, bro. Just don't do. People freak out, but I mean, do one time when I was coming back from home, I must have been a senior. I was driving, so I was junior or senior, coming home. So my curfew was 12:30 because I live 20 miles outside of town, right? So my mom was like, "Look, everybody else is 12. You need to be home by 12:30." Cool, So driving my mom's Lincoln Town car, and have you ever driven one of those, bro?
These are awesome,
dude.
man.
They float around,
Dude, they totally float,
Yeah.
man. They bounce like
flow, and this thing was like, it was fast. It was, it was legit. So
Anytime that either one of my grandpas would come down to visit and they bring their town cars, they would always let me drive it. I'm like, I feel like I'm freaking floating.
You
on
do?
there,
You
dude.
just like, woo.
Anytime you hit a bump, you just like bounce.
Not a big
slowly.
deal.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
So I was headed out home. I was probably, I don't know, maybe 6 miles from a turn to go down to like the main Vernon Road. And I come over this little hill, and there's a giant bull elk standing in the middle of the road. I slam on the brakes, dude. It scared the crap out of me, dude. Like,
Yes.
And he just stood there until I stopped. Once I got to a complete stop, he just walked off. I was like, "You,
What a
dude."
freaking jerk!
I'm like, "Yeah, you jerk." And he's right by. I remember, like it was the closest I'd ever come to really hitting an elk, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, dude, that's some scary stuff. Chalet's she knows people in high school whose dad was killed from an accident with an elk coming down the rim.
They're no joke, man.
Yeah, you don't mess around with that crap. That's the thing that scares me. But going back to what I'm worried about coming home because I've tried to talk Chalet into driving separately because she's got a volleyball tournament in LA.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, well, we'll go. And then how about this? I'll leave Sunday night and then you can leave Monday after your tournament.
Tell her to take a flight home and you'll pick her up at the gateway.
I honestly offered it. I was like, hey, you know what? We can just pick you up at the airport. And she's like, no, we'll all drive together. I'm like, dang it. Oh, man, that traffic on the 10 is going to suck so
it's
bad.
gonna be so bad.
It is going to be so terrible.
And you're not going to be able to leave early.
No, we're going to be leaving like in the middle of the day.
Oh.
She can't leave.
I feel like
until
you're getting
tournament's
sick. You got a fever?
over. Problem is, I've already told my kids about it, and they're all excited
Oh,
about
you're
it, dude.
screwed. Yeah,
There's
you
no
can't do
chance.
that. You got to wait till the last minute to tell the kids. Dang it.
That's why I do almost everything, but for some reason we had to tell them early. Oh, it's because I had to find a babysitter for Rhea, my youngest.
She's staying here.
She's going to stay with my sister. And we're at Sunday dinner with all the family. And somebody over there let leak to my twins that Rhea was going to have a sleepover at Aunt Mary's house. And I was like, dang it. Well,
So
now I got to talk about it.
I love when when he leaks something that doesn't know, right? So Saturday I was at my new sister's house, right? And we had a great time. All the family there, pool party, barbecue. That made me so mad I couldn't eat, bro. It was so much good food. And my brother-in-law makes this, I think it's called garbage mac and cheese. Dude. It's so much cheese, dude. It's out of control, but it's amazing. Anyway, so I remember that video I posted of Lexi being scared, like getting scared. Did you see that video at all?
Oh yes,
the
real the montage.
The montage of her being scared, right? Well, she didn't know. I posted
she didn't know that?
No, no, because she would have got mad or whatever. So I posted it out. Everybody knew except for her. Well, my brother-in-law, Joe, he's like, oh, when I saw that video of you, I died. I was like, no. She's like, what video? I was like, you remember that video? She was like, you posted that. I was like,
I can't believe Allie didn't show it to
That
her.
is my highest rated reel right now. Yeah, absolutely, I did.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, the only complaint I got on that was they should, the next time they're like, hey, tone the music out and we want to hear her scream. But yeah, she didn't know. And I'm like, talking about letting the cat out of the bag. And Joe's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It's been a couple months. She's like, it's been a couple months. I was like, I'm like, yeah, there's no taking that back. I can't take it down. The internet has it.
Yeah, that's out there somewhere.
She gone, dude. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it was a good video.
It was really good.
She shouldn't be embarrassed of that.
No,
it was freaking
she shouldn't.
awesome.
Dude, she is so jumpy. It is so much fun to scare her. I just don't record it enough, but you don't have to do much. Like, you just got to kind of creep, bro, and all of a sudden she always screams. She can't help it, dude.
It's funny. I think it's just something that we as dads love to do. Because there's nothing I love doing more than getting my kids when they least expect it. Just freaking them out. Just a quick little jump scare type stuff.
That's all it is.
Or
dude.
walk up behind them and like get two fingers right in the kidneys and just watch them like jump 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's cool when they're that age. But dude, I've taught my kids to punch, right? So I get turned. They turn around. And Allie will sock me, bro, and I'm like, okay, I'm not mad because I taught you to do that, but dang, that hurt, dude.
Still worth it.
It was totally worth it. But they hate it. I always come up and do the same thing, poke them right in like the belly rib cage in the back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dude, I love doing stuff like that. That's still one of my favorite things in the world. Being a parent's freaking great.
It's definitely more fun than you think. I mean, it has its struggles, but it is so much fun to pick on your kids. Like, it is so much fun to bully your kids. It's just the greatest.
Hey man, if Kaylee were here,
I know yes, she would be like, yes, dude. But I freaking love it, man. But the problem is, it comes full circle because then they get super witty.
And then they start throwing it right back at you.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever tried going shopping while fasting?
Okay. Can I just tell you? Yes. And it is the worst.
It's the worst.
Because why?
Okay. One, I make the worst decisions ever. Oh, that sounds great. Specifically, okay, I'm fasting today.
All day?
Yes. The last 2 days.
What?
Not whole, like I'm not going on 36 hours or 48 hours. I mean, so yesterday I fasted all day till dinner, and then that was it. And then I did the same thing today. It's kind of like I'm not doing this. I'm not going hardcore again on it. I'm just mostly as kind of like a reset. Okay, hey, let's just get myself back into doing something. And so anyway, I get a text from my wife that, hey, on your way home from work, can you stop at the grocery store?
No.
She said, can you stop at the grocery store, pick me up some strawberries? Because she made some whipped cream. She's like, I don't want it to go bad. I want to eat some strawberries and whipped cream. Okay, cool. And then she sends the next thing to me. Is like, all right, so for tomorrow, last day of school for the kids, they each need to bring a treat to share. So this is what the kids want. It's candy. Okay. So here I am, fasting, haven't had a thing to eat all day. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon.
Dinner. Time to eat.
I'm going down the candy aisle. I bought theirs. I came away with 3 bags of M&Ms. Separate kinds. A big old bag of Paydays.
Oh, Paydays.
Paydays are so underrated.
They are so underrated.
Good. They're so good. 2 bags of Skittles, jelly beans. I mean,
bro, you went full diabetes, like bro. Oh
you
my
can tell
gosh.
my blood sugar was
right?
crashing.
Yeah.
That's all you
wanted.
No, I will say the only thing I ate was a couple handfuls. Did you know that they have mini M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms?
Like the little ones that
like,
used to come in like the
minis.
tubes? No,
not in a tube, but like in a bag.
Well, I know, but like the mini size, like the ones that used to come in the tubes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
I
didn't know
peanut butter M&Ms.
Dude, peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms are like just
they just hit. I've never been a big
What's your favorite candy bar?
Oh,
run of the mill. Like if you're gonna grab a candy bar and you've got every one of them at your disposal.
Dude, I haven't had a candy bar in a long time. So I'm not a big candy guy.
Either am I, but
okay.
not at all.
If I were to say it was for a long time, it's not Reese's, but there's what was it called? They have It's not Take 5. You know what I'm talking about?
The Nutrageous?
No, it's Fast Break.
Oh, never had it.
Okay. Well, that was it for a while.
I know what you're talking about. I just never had it. I've seen it.
Yeah. But outside of that, I'll have just about any of the candy bars, but I don't crave candy bars. And I wish, actually, I'm glad I don't because I have a lot of other vices. So I'm glad I'm not going to have that on the list.
Yeah. I'm a Snickers guy. Basic Snickers, dude. Or if you're feeling old school, bro, a whatchamacallit.
I have never had a whatchamacallit.
Those are little old school, bro.
Yeah, no, I see them on the shelf. I've never had one.
You know how you know they're not popular? It's because they're at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They're not at eye level. They're not
only at some stores.
Yeah, absolutely.
In some lanes of the store.
Do you know what else I like that's a classic? Butterfinger.
Dude, Butterfinger, I like Butterfinger. The problem is it gets stuck in my teeth everywhere.
Yeah, of course, but that's part of the enjoyment.
That's part of the experience.
That's part of the experience.
See, that's the experience part I don't like. But I do love the taste. I do love the taste.
I don't know why. It's a classic, like, I think
it's
of The
Bart
Simpsons.
Simpson,
yeah,
dude. Exactly.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
100%. We grew up during that age, dude. Bart got to us, man.
It did, dude. That's one of the shows that we watched every Sunday. That was church for us with The Simpsons, bro. That and Married with Children. You ever seen that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Al Bundy. Let's go, dude.
I almost said Ted Bundy.
Oh, I mean, that's
actually one of those things where I'm like, why would they name him Al Bundy? Because Ted Bundy had definitely been caught by that time.
Yeah, that's true.
Should have come up with a new name.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that guy, Ed O'Neill, I think is his name, the actor. You ever watched Modern Family?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so funny.
Dude,
we're watching it right now.
That chick is so hot.
She is
and he's like really old.
Yes.
Makes no sense. I don't even know her name. I can't remember.
Sofia Vergara.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're watching it. Me and my wife are watching it. We're rewatching it right now. And I turn to her and I'm like, do you ever think she looks at this and says, why did I take this role? Because she has to be,
like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the wife. But then she's like, have you ever seen them actually have to do anything that's even considered intimate? I'm like, no, fair. No, they haven't. But at the same time, there's no chance that would ever happen.
No, well, no, you would. Well, I don't know, dude. Money does a lot of things.
I was gonna say, as I said it, I kind of think I'm wrong.
I mean, it definitely could happen.
But I don't know. I'm still looking at it and saying, like, dude, no, she's way too much.
I'll tell you right now, if I was at O'Neill and there was a scene, but I had to whatever, I would mess up constantly. I would have to retake that scene 5, 10, 15. I almost got, you know what? I got to do it again.
It's my one chance, man.
I was watching The Proposal. You seen that, right?
Love The Proposal. Sandra Bullock, man.
And
Ryan
I'm like,
Reynolds.
at the end when they're kissing in the office, I'm like, bro, I looked at Jen, I was like, dude, I would mess this scene up constantly.
It's funny you say that because the scene that I would mess up constantly is when they smacking each other in the bathroom.
That too, but
we're like, oh, whoops,
yep, hang
slipped.
on, yep, slipped. Yep. But, I mean, I'd mess up that whole movie over and over. But it's that.
Over.
But at the end when he's just making out with Sandra Bullock, I'm like, how many times do you think they had to do that?
Oh, I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds, so she's probably also pretty excited about
it.
Well,
that's what Jana said. She's like, well, dude, it was flipped the other way. Like, I mean, look at she would mess it over Ryan. I mean, I would mess up with Ryan Reynolds. I get it. I respect that.
Dude, he's Deadpool, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm like,
I think it's a win-win for both.
Both of them
for
are
sure.
Pretty
happy about that one.
But I mean, he has to be really, because she is much older than he is.
And not only that, but you know that kid grew up watching while you were sleeping, watching Speed.
Yes, Speed,
Demolition Man,
100%.
Dude, yeah, and
yeah. Salutations, there, Ryan.
I bet he doesn't know how to use the 3 shells. Dude, I love Demolition Man.
So do I. It's a great, terrible movie,
Such
dude.
a good, terrible movie.
So good.
It's one that I've tried to get Shalay to watch with me. She still won't watch it.
It's okay.
Yeah, there's only some of them that you can actually have to get through. There are few that they'll actually walk through.
You can turn them on and they're in the room, but they are not paying attention.
No, and they're not sitting there from the start to finish.
No,
not happening.
Close. Yeah.
Speaking of which, back to the candy bars. If I ever am concerned about what's going on in my wife's life, get her a Snickers. She's gonna be a lot happier.
Oh, see,
yeah. I don't know if that's like a staple for her. For me, it's like, yeah, it's good. So I think the reason why you're asking that, I don't have a problem with peanuts. I love paydays.
Yeah, no, I just was asking just out of curiosity.
Just because when I said I'm not a really big fan of
peanut M&Ms. I just figured what's your favorite candy bar because.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? We're talking about candy. Like I could, I could never have candy again and I would be okay. But I enjoy a piece of, candy, like a small, fun-sized Snickers every now and then or something.
The thing that I like is I got a jar.
Or a Baby Ruth.
Oh. A baby? Yeah, I've never been a big Baby Ruth fan.
Really?
Yeah. I just think of Caddyshack.
And so do I. That's why I eat it. I think it's funny.
Baby Ruth the pool. Caddyshack the pool.
It's okay.
or Goonies. Think of Goonies too.
No. Where?
Sloth.
Is that what he? Oh, baby Ruth.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny.
Speaking of which, Stetson said he wants to come on.
Dude, when's Stetson coming on, bro?
Does he know you're doing this? Because I almost want to surprise him.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't listen to the show.
I don't think so.
I don't think he didn't know he can't come on.
He doesn't have social media, so I don't think.
That's true. He's one of those guys. But dude, that's fun. It's so funny, Stetson.
I know.
Like,
so it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, do I
so
invite him to
even
come
worse
out to the
that
house?
we were talking about sloth and you think
I know.
of Stetson.
He's a good dude.
Dude, he's
the best
awesome.
guy.
He embraces it. It's
So
fun.
I always feel like, okay, what if it's a, hey, all right, man, come on out to the house. We'll do a quick, just a whatever session thing or whatever, at a time that you could do it. And because I don't know, I'm sure he doesn't know that you and I do this together.
I don't know. I've never had to talk to him about it, actually. I mean, I run into him occasionally.
Yeah.
At it's usually football season, and it's at a football game somewhere.
Yeah. He's definitely one of those guys who would show up to a game.
Yeah, he loves high school football.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, okay, what would we talk to him about? We can talk about that later.
It doesn't even matter,
I
dude.
love that dude.
Just Stetson.
He's just a good dude.
He's a funny guy, man. I'm sure he'd have something to talk about.
Oh, yeah. You can talk about, 6'10" Swedish parents.
Who?
6'10" Swedish parents. What are you talking about? Them Swedish, right over here. His dad's Swedish. His biological dad.
Oh, I'm like, bro, I know his dad. No, he's not.
No.
He's not 6'10" either.
No, his biological dad.
I didn't know that.
So I'm almost positive. And in fact, we'll ask him about that. I'm almost positive he found out.
I don't even know if I knew for sure he was adopted.
Yeah.
It makes sense because, I mean, his adopted dad, I think he's a tenny.
Yeah.
Short, just nothing. Like, you look at I mean, my parents were tiny, but Stetson is significantly larger
Yes.
than his parents. And he's bigger than I am.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
If I remember right, I want to say that he had a scholarship to go play at Utah State, but I
He
can't
played
remember
at
if he did it.
BYU.
I know he
went
walked
on
on.
his mission, and then he came back.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he may have had, I know he played for a year at BYU or so, maybe 2. I don't know if he stayed the whole time. I don't know if I don't know how it went, but I know he went.
Yeah. I know he did play collegiately. I just don't remember exactly how it all went.
But he's a good dude.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, dude. Don't ever go shopping fasted.
You always seem to buy crap. Like, it's like you never go to a store when you're hungry. Like, if you just can't. It doesn't even have to be fasted. It's just if you haven't eaten, dude, Costco. Oh, bro.
At least you can do something of that with the
sample Saturday, bro. I'm like, listen, just dude, I was in Sam's Club one time and they were sampling Bang energy drinks or Reign, one of the two, and she's got these little sample cups, and I'm like, I said, listen, why don't you just give me the whole can? I said, she looks at me and she goes, I can't. I said, I can ask you for 17 of these little shots, or you can just give me a can. And this is a little old lady, and she kind of looked at me like she was annoyed, but she also kind of looked around and then handed me a can. I was like, "You're the best." I just walked away.
But dude, when you say the samples of that's what got me hooked on the freaking Celsius.
No,
I walked into Costco and they're handing out samples of Celsius. I took one sip. I'm like, "Holy crap,
that's not bad.
This is really good." Yeah. And I had no idea that they were.
That's how they
drinks.
get you with a lot of stuff.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
it's like you want to try something, just wait till it's on a free sample, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh,
I got a whole bunch of hummus in my fridge from that." And these, I can't remember what they're called, but it's like they're not chips and they're like salt, like I don't know, gluten-free crackers or something like that. That was what they were sampling out with the hummus.
Oh,
I was like,
so you're like, give me two, give me both.
Freaking amazing! Yeah, I'm buying both of these things. I did not plan on buying these things when I came here, but I'm walking out with them.
I like them because they're usually things that I won't buy in a bulk, like like they're burgers or they're something stupid. But I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna get a few of these little cups and then I get my fix and I'm good to go. Yeah. Like, I don't need to have all that crap at home, but I'm gonna put some in this right now. I want some,
Problem for me sometimes is when I do that, I get like a little taste of it, and I'm like, man, I really could go for that $1.50 hot dog right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this food court as I walk out of here.
Their hot dog. I don't think they have the onions anymore, do they? Do they have it where you can shred onion anymore? I don't know.
I don't remember.
They're the reason I stopped putting ketchup on a hot dog. It's literally just mustard, onion, and relish, dude. And it is just, they're hot. When they had the Polish dogs.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, COVID ruined that, too.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, when I think about, like, you still haven't been to Higley Hot Dog, right?
No, we just drove by. We just drove by it the other day, and I was like, this is the place that Eric talks about right here.
Yeah, dude. I love a Chicago-style Polish from there, dude.
Tom Roth's like, he goes, it's just a hot dog, bro. It's not that. I'm like, he's like, it's nothing special, and I'm like, I think it's just a nostalgia.
Nostalgia, 100%. It's 100%. Like I said, it's for me. It's a staple of my youth. Like when I grew up out there were 2 places you could eat: Circle K and Higley Hot Dog. That's it. There was nowhere else to eat. So yeah, I ate a ton of Higley Hot Dog.
I was looking up at R&R Pizza Express because that's where we used to eat.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, they had a $5 all-you-could-eat buffet special for students and a drink. and they don't have buffets anymore.
Yeah.
COVID probably ruined that. But dude, it just because we're going to Sholo and I get a cheat meal and I'm tired of. I can't, pizza and wings is the only way to go for me. It just is. Like last week we went to Cold Beer and Cheeseburgers. They're nachos. Have you had their nachos?
I think you've talked about the nachos. Got like a little bit of everything on them.
Yeah, they're amazing. They really are. And they came out cold. I was pissed.
Come on.
So I made them go. What happened was this, dude. The youth today is so stupid. Listen, this girl comes up and she's blonde, and this is relevant because it's only a blonde would do this.
Listen up, Allie.
Yeah, we ask for nachos, and Jenna goes, "Can I have an extra thing of cheese, an extra side of cheese?" Because it's good to dip some of the chips on the bottom, and again, it's that one meal, right? What kind of cheese do you think I'm talking about when I ask?
Nacho cheese.
Right. So on the ticket, it just says side of cheese, right? Which you got nachos. I mean, it's pretty relevant.
Yeah, nacho
this
cheese would come with
chick
nachos.
brings out shredded cheese, bro.
In a cup?
In a cup, dude. I was like, we looked at each other like, did she really just drop off? And here's your extra cheese. I'm like, I think you might have messed up.
That's
like,
fantastic.
I'm like, dude, I just can't.
Super literal, man. Just super
I know.
literal.
So we're looking for pizza and wings in Sholo, and they have an R&R Pizza Express in Pine Top.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's old school. I don't know if it's great or not, but I'm like, oh, do they have a buffet? They have a all-you-can-eat salad buffet. Like, who wants to do that, bro?
Dude, man, if you're going to be up there, your cheat meal's got to be Darby's.
Oh, actually, we did talk about that for breakfast. Like, going and getting a giant breakfast from there.
Yes, dude. Oh, my gosh.
But the problem is
so
I
good.
love breakfast. I do. Like, that kind of food, but it doesn't feel gross enough for it to be a cheat meal. Does that make sense? Like I want grease. I want my stomach to feel like greasy and then I can hate myself for the next 3 hours and then be back on.
What's so funny is like when I think about it, dude, I can get biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
Just go to town and some biscuits
Chicken
and
fried
gravy.
Steak.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
Darby's
is
good food, dude.
legit. It's even the wait is worth it. Just
see, and this is what I tell people all the time about Darby's. It's not like literally everything on the menu is a 10 out of 10.
No,
but nothing is less than a 7.
Yeah,
it's like they don't miss. Everything on the menu is good.
And there's a reason they're always busy.
Always
busy. Or have you been to Persnickety's?
No, you told me about that last time.
I'm telling you right now. That's the other place we're arguing. Like, do we go there and get their burger or whatever? Because they got a great gyro. They've got good food.
That's where you tell me I got to go and try their PB&J burger.
Yeah, because it's got a habanero strawberry jelly or something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. See,
I'm not telling you to because I'm not on that train right now. Like, I can't even. It makes me sick to have it only because it's too much.
Because it's disgusting.
No. That's not the case. It's really good but it doesn't do it because I can't have. Burgers just don't do it for me right now.
I'll see. Right now, I'm in a mood right now where a really good, solid, juicy hamburger just sounds great. Like dude. Because so here's my thing about a burger. I'm very weird about the toppings on it, and only I say weird because I don't know many places that do the toppings that I want. I want half pound a patty, right? Medium. I don't want it well. I don't want it meat under medium. Like what is that called? Medium rare. I don't want that. I want medium. I want bacon. I want pepper jack cheese. I want green chili. Okay, green chili is a must for me, and I want barbecue sauce, and I want a tomato. That's my burger.
Barbecue sauce and no onion ring. That's kind of goes with it.
I know. That's the thing that gets me is every time I go, it's like give me a Western burger and it's got a big old onion ring. I'm like, no, I don't want onion ring on my burger. I'll have an onion ring, but I'll have like a onion ring. I'm not an onion rings on the side guy. Like
no, I don't usually. It's too much.
Yeah, exactly. It's just too much because
two maybe I'm good.
Yeah, 2 is a max.
Do you remember Burger King's Rodeo Cheeseburger?
Oh yeah.
That was like that. Those were like cheap onion rings, but they were so good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, you know what I'll do like what do they call them? Like shoestring. They're like shoestring fries, but it's the onions, like fried onions. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Haystack fries. Yeah, haystack onions. That's what they call them. I'll do that, but that's not necessary for me. But dude, I had this place. There's this place out here. It's called Dave's Hamburgers. Doesn't exist anymore because Dave got sick and had to close it all down. Which
the Rona.
Well, it was before that. It was long before that. But it freaking sucked because, dude, I'm telling you, the best value and probably some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. But I went there all the time telling him exactly what I wanted. He ended up putting it on the menu. I had my burger on the menu.
That's cool.
I felt so big time, dude. It was because every time I went, I ordered this in this way. And they're like, all right, so give us the exact, everything, and we'll put it on the menu as I think they called it the Pug Burger. I was like, sweet. And then it closed like a week later.
He must have known. He just wanted to make you. He gave you metaphorical flowers by naming a burger after you.
Dude, I think it was just a way of him saying thank you. I'm going to shut it down, but I want you to know I appreciate you.
Thank you for being consistently here and a customer for us. We appreciate it.
You know that you're probably doing something wrong when you've gone somewhere so often that they actually give you a menu item on your own. Anytime that I go, if I'm going to a place to the point where they start to know my name, like, nah, I guess I can't come here anymore.
Dude, no, you can. I do this all the time with Sushi Neko, bro, because they know we've been going, because I've been going for like a clean sheet meal for, dude, especially during the last prep. And now, same thing every week, every Friday or Saturday night. We walk in, it's the same people working. Dude, I don't pay for drinks anymore.
Oh, nice.
They literally don't. They don't even charge. And they know. They just walk. They pretty much have my order ready to go. I just want to make, because I change up one of the few that I don't. She changes up some kind of roll, but she's facing. But nope. Same thing every time. And they don't. I always tell them a Diet Coke and a water, and they never charge me for the Diet Coke and water. Very they know me by first name when I walk in. I'm like, dude, I like it. I just think it makes me feel important.
I mean, I would say it feels good, but then it's also like, well, I've been coming here too often. I can't do this anymore. I need to stop coming to this place.
Dude, so like, speaking of burgers, what was I looking at today? There's a burger downtown. There's a burger joint downtown. I have to look at the name of it, but it's like my phone knows I can't eat. So like, food porn is a thing, bro. And I sent a bunch of things to my buddy, and I work with him. We go to lunch all the time, and he's like, "This is how you know Jason's in prep. It's because food porn is like food porn means the whole." And it is, dude. There's so many good food,
dude. One of the worst things about, and I say worst with air quotes around that, because what I really mean is it's freaking amazing, is Instagram reels of different chefs out there just doing the craziest freaking crap you've ever thought of. And it looks so amazing. Yeah. Like, I know why we have an obesity problem in this country, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We got some real bad food in there. But it's also because, man, there's some real good food out there.
Dude, I watched one today. It was, so he made, the burgers on the flat top, right? Those, like, they smash burgers,
smash
right?
burgers, yeah.
Smashed them all down to, like, nothing, right? And then he put cheese and bacon on it, and then put a bun all together, right? So it's like toasted. Then he smashed the whole burger with buns down, 2 of those.
Oh, jeez.
So those were his buns, and then he made another bacon cheeseburger to go in between there.
No way, dude.
I was like, bro, dude. So you essentially have 3 burgers in one, and it looked phenomenal, dude.
Speaking of all that, they just reminded me. Did you see the latest post from Randizzle?
No.
Where somebody they got the same burger I had. It was the Hatch Green Chili Burger with 6 patties.
Yes.
Bro, it was something to behold.
That's pretty impressive.
Dude, it was one of those things where I'm like, that person had to eat that with a knife and fork. There's no chance they're getting the mouth around that.
Well, In-N-Out, they used to, I don't know if you do it anymore, but you used to be able to get a 6x6. That was kind of they do whatever you wanted. Now I think they cap it at 4x4.
So my buddy just sent me a real, apparently they got a breakfast burrito. I didn't know.
I saw something for a double chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
And I'm curious if that's everywhere, if that's only California or something, right? But I've not seen a breakfast burrito, but
yeah, it's one of those things where I wonder, like, because the guy filming himself eating it, right? And he's like, "Oh, it's got an avocado," but that's all he says about it. I'm like, what else is in there, dude?
Yeah,
like,
I need to know more, bro.
Know more. Like, what do you got bacon in that? Is it straight sausage?
Yeah, we need to know.
Yeah, because I know that's not a hamburger breakfast burrito.
They don't even serve bacon you can't get a bacon cheeseburger there, can you?
I don't know.
I've never, dude. If I've missed a bacon option on that thing, I'm gonna be pissed because that's the only thing for me that would make that burger better. Because I get it. You talk about simple toppings: ketchup, mustard, pickle only, bro. I don't need that sauce, and the sauce is good on the fries, but I don't need it. I just don't want no lettuce. I don't want no tomato. I'm just good to go. Ketchup, mustard, pickle only, dude. Good to go.
See, for me, ketchup's one of those things where like I can take it or leave it.
I love
that on a burger or a hot dog. It's not necessary.
Hot dog, I'm like, I don't even. I'll eat it on there. It doesn't bother me. But
like if I don't have like Chicago style toppings, ketchup and mustard will be fine, or just straight mustard is probably best. But like I said, I can take it or I can leave it. But on a hamburger, I almost don't like mustard on my hamburgers.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I love mustard. I think it's a freaking great condiment.
Have you seen Safeway has a jalapeno mustard?
No,
bro, 0 calories in it. It's literally just mustard and jalapeno. And dude.
That does remind me. You know what I tried out yesterday?
Buttery buffalo.
I tried your buttery buffalo.
And?
It was a lot more buffalo than I thought. I went to town, man.
Dude.
I came home, Shalay had grilled up, or I don't know, I think she grilled up some chicken and some rice, and I'm like, cool. I sliced up a cucumber. That's what I had for my dinner. And I put that sauce all over whatever it is she made. And I was like, ooh, this is a little bit spicier than I expected. I was expecting a little more butter, like to bring down the heat a little bit. So I kind of overdid it myself, but It was good.
Dude, I cannot get enough of that sauce, dude. It's so bad. I just can't. I don't even care. The chicken I'll eat real quick. I just love that with white rice. I will
straight up
just
rice.
just that, because I'll eat the chicken around it with it, but I leave most of the rice and I just take spoonfuls of that rice with that sauce, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it is so good.
So what's your level of heat that you think you can handle?
I don't like. I can handle it. I don't like hot stuff because it burns coming out, bro. Let's just call it what it is.
Worst part about
it's that stomach acid problem that you get. Like, and I know people that have never had that before, and I'm like, you guys are lucky, or you haven't eaten anything really hot.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. So like, it takes. I want to be able to enjoy the food. If my mouth's on fire, I'll get hot wings right from like Venezia's, right? We get just the hot wings. It's just buffalo sauce or like a red hot. I'm good. I am not a guy that's gonna be. Nope. Jalapenos are cool. If like pickled ones and stuff, but
see, my problem with jalapenos is I love the flavor, but the heat is so freaking inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, that's why the pickled ones are okay.
Are they?
The pickled ones are pretty mild all around. Like there's not like you don't find a red one in there usually. You know what I mean? If you get the little jars of them, those are. And if you really like jalapeno, get the diced pickled ones already. They're already in like little cubes. Those are never hot. And I put them in breakfast burritos, all kinds of stuff.
I'll try that out. Because my thing about it is like I love jalapeno flavor.
Yeah.
I just can't stand how inconsistent the heat is.
No, yeah. Especially if you go out and buy raw jalapenos, you never know what you're going to get.
Never have any idea.
So the pickled ones are way more chill.
Because like, dude, my all-time favorite pizza toppings are. Hey, this might cause some friction here.
No way.
Pineapple.
Ugh, that's the problem.
Here's my number one: pineapple, Canadian bacon, and jalapenos
on the same slice.
On the same pizza. It's basically Hawaiian pizza with jalapenos.
See, the jalapeno part's good. Like I do it with pepperoni and jalapeno, or I'll actually get it when I go to Venezia's. If I'm feeling like one of those spice, I will get a pickled jalapeno pizza. Like they'll do a slice with just pickled jalapenos on it, and it's good because they'll put it in the oven and heats it up, and it's a lot of jalapenos though. You got to pick off like half of them because there's too much.
Yeah.
But no, bro.
See, the thing I like about it is, one, I love pineapple on pizza. I love it. I don't care what anybody says. It's freaking delicious. But you add the
You're a
jalapenos on
psychopath.
it. Well, you get that sweet and spicy, and then you get the Canadian
tell me
bacon.
all you want. I'm okay with Canadian bacon and the jalapeno. Like I get it, but I don't like the warmth of the. I like
you don't
cold,
like warm pineapples.
Yeah, I like
I
a
get
cold,
you.
crisp jalapeno.
So
Pineapple.
it's more of a texture thing for you.
100%. Not the taste.
That.
It's a texture.
I understand
thing.
that.
Yeah, I can't. No, I mean, only like Ted Bundy people like like that kind of stuff on their pizza.
Mark it.
Yeah, mark it down. Sorry, but I just like I'm pretty sure if you ran out, every serial killer probably likes pineapple on their pizza. You know what I mean?
Oh, before you said that, before I had to mark it, I had a counterpoint that I was going to make.
Psychopath.
Can't remember what the name counter was.
But so yeah, I'm not a pineapple person, and it mostly has to do with the texture, the warm pineapple.
So, going back to the warm pineapples, and say that's probably one of the things that makes In-N-Out so good is the fact that when you get it, the lettuce and potatoes are cold.
They're crisp. Everything is so good.
Yeah,
but I don't get any of that on my burger.
Oh, what?
I don't get any of that. I don't want none of that. I don't. Even when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, listen, don't give me all that crap. I don't need it. You're just wasting it for me because I'm not going to eat it. I don't want lettuce. I don't want tomato.
You don't like tomatoes?
I actually only like pico I can eat, but I cannot eat a sliced tomato. Not
really?
The texture makes me want to gag. And
oh my gosh.
So one time
I could slice a tomato right now and just go to town.
I was in high school, was out to eat with my girlfriend, which is my wife now, but was my girlfriend. I went at the time with her parents, and she knows I don't like tomato, but she's like, "Oh, try this cherry tomato." Never had one before. I just don't like tomatoes. So I soaked this whole thing in ranch, right? And I use a spoon, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can handle it." And I bite into that thing, and it explodes in my mouth, dude. It took everything in me not to throw up at the table with her parents there at the steakhouse. I'm like, it was so gross. I'll never forget it, bro. And I've never had one since.
You've never watched Lord of the Rings, have you?
No.
There is a scene that's famous for a guy eating a cherry tomato and it exploding all over his face.
Dude, it's so gross.
Dude, I love tomatoes. Tomatoes.
And my dad used to eat them with salt, and it was literally mayonnaise, bread, mayonnaise, and tomato with salt.
That's it?
No, nothing else.
See, I grew up. That's like the only thing I swear that would grow well in our garden growing up. Because we had a garden.
Yeah.
Dude, we had so many tomatoes. So we'd just literally slice up tomatoes and just eat tomatoes. Sometimes you get some salt on it, but for the most part, it's just straight up tomatoes.
The texture of the gooey in the middle,
yeah,
not happening. No, I don't mind like pico, right? Like pico's cool
because it's diced.
Yeah, and it's not too bad. I used to not even be able to do diced, like when Taco Bell used to put just tomato top. I couldn't really do that for. I don't even know if I could now. But
Like a Taco Supreme, you couldn't do that?
no, not with a tomato in it. No.
Really?
But now, as I've gotten older, I don't eat there. But like we go to Chipotle,
Yeah.
I get a scoop of pico for sure. You know, you just want that extra little bit, and it's healthy, it's good. But no, dude, I can't. Ketchup used to be the extent of my tomato liking.
Well, pizza.
Oh, and pizza, like pasta sauce and ketchup. That was it. Everything else was like, I don't need no tomato on anything.
Dude, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. It is funny because like when I think about it for me, like as I've gotten older, just about every veggie sounds good to me.
So I used to not, like, I can't believe I went my entire life, pretty much till I was like 28, of not liking onions on a burger.
No, I get that. I'm the same way. I don't like a raw onion on my burger.
But I do now. Now I can't not, like, white onion on a burger.
Hard pass.
Dude. Ask Lexi about onions, bro. That chick can eat them like an apple.
Oh, gross. Lexi, what's wrong with you?
She don't care. It's funny because she'll make and I do it now too, but she'll dice up onion with cilantro and lime, and she'll eat it with a spoon.
Oh, my gosh.
And now I can take a bite of it. Like I can take one bite of the onion. It's like they're sweet, right? There has to be a white onion. It's sweet. But she used to, as a kid, gnaw on onions. Like no big deal.
Dude, all I can think of is holes.
Yeah.
Just straight up eating onions.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lexi would have no problem with it. Like she likes
gross.
it that way. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But
I mean, I love onions in things. Like cooked onions. I can't do raw onions. That's not my.
Dude,
I
when was
don't
the
like
last
raw
time you
onions.
tried a raw onion on a burger? I can't. Anything else, I totally buy because
I mean, I would say like wasn't that long ago because it's one of those things where if I forget to tell them to take it out, like
But that's a red
if
onion.
I get a sub, no, like
You don't
Jersey
like
Mike's.
You don't even like those small, like thin sliced ones.
No.
Oh,
it's
buddy.
just the thing is it's too much. It's too overpowering.
No, I can understand. I get it. It's just something. The burger thing is. Now, I will tell you, In-N-Out, they screw it up because they put way too thick of a chunk on there. Like, if you tell them light onion, it's perfect. They put 3 little rings on there. It's fine. If you just tell them onion, have you seen how big the sliced onion is?
Yeah, dude.
You're like, bro, I don't. And you can actually grill it if you ever want. Like, they'll actually grill the whole slice.
See, and I love that. I loved grilled onions.
Yeah, they will.
There's
they
something
will,
about the change in flavor. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's grilled, cooked onions in everything. Give it to me.
They will grill that thing on the hot top with their burger. Actual like crust both sides of it, and you can put it in your burger.
Dude, yeah, and I'd be doing it.
But I don't care either way. I eat them now. That, and then you know what else changed when as I grew up? Sour cream. I don't know how. I used
Couldn't
to
do
hate
it when you're younger. Now you can do it.
Now I wanted. Do I have it in a breakfast burrito? Life changing, bro. Mixed with Red Hot. Oh yeah, dude, it's so good.
Dude, I'm trying to think of if there's anything as a kid that was a hard pass for me that as I've grown older has become like a necessity, and I can't think of anything. Because like as a kid, I hated rice, hated it.
Really?
Now I can eat it, but I don't want it.
Never hated it, but I can't live without it.
Dude, man. Oh yeah, because all you eat is chicken rice.
I don't know what it is though, but it's just jasmine rice, dude. I don't care. Like teriyaki sauce is cool, but like I told you, do some buttery buffalo and a bowl of white rice, I would be in heaven.
Dude,
It's
hate
so
rice.
dumb.
I should say I don't hate rice. It is fine. It's whatever. I don't hate it.
What about like fried rice?
No, I don't care for it. Like like if I'm going to let's say Panda Express,
Yeah.
I don't even get the chow mein anymore. Now I just get the super greens, just the green
What is
vegetables.
super? Oh, I'm like, what?
It's like
Broccoli,
kale, cabbage,
yeah.
and broccoli, and
Yeah.
something else. I can't remember what it is, but that's what I get now. I've never really cared for rice. Just not my thing.
I don't. When I go to Panda Express, I tell them I get white rice and 3 things of teriyaki chicken. That's it.
Dude,
And they cut it all up, and
but dude, it's legit.
it's a lot of food.
It is, and not only that, but it's like a really, I mean, as healthy as a food as you can get from a fast food drive-thru.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, you put a little sugary sauce on it here, but you don't need to.
You don't
'cause
need to.
But
The chicken's pretty good.
And you can make 2 meals out of that meal if you do the
Easy.
3 entree plate and get white rice on the side. Oh yeah, no problem.
Dude, speaking of which, so you know what I fed my family today was 2 bowls from Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
Went and got 2 Chipotle bowls of chicken, double the protein.
When do you tell them to put the second scoop on, Eric?
Second scoop of what?
Double the protein. So this is fat kid.
Oh,
hack.
shit. Sorry. I did it on the app.
Oh,
I did it on the Chipotle app, so I wasn't in the line. So now educate me.
so if you're ever in line and you want a double protein, you wait till they serve you the first scoop. And then
you
ask them,
say-
because then they've shown their hand. Now you know how big the scoop should be, right?
They showed their hand.
Yeah. So now you're like, hang on, like, oh yeah, and then you're like, oh yeah, no chicken, and then they put a nice little heaping scoop on you. You're like, oh, I want double. And they kind of like, all right. Versus before they do like a regular scoop, and then you're like, the regular scoop, yeah, I gave you double. No, bro. And there is a giant difference if you do it the right way.
That sounds like a solid hack right
there.
Dude,
for sure. And the burrito bowls. So I also found a thing, if you're buying on the app and stuff, they say to get a, I think it's you order either like a side tortilla and a kid's meal, and then you get, because the kids meal you get the 3 little things.
Yeah.
But then you can have them do a side of pico, a side of rice, a side of vegetables, and a side of whatever, right? And then you can make, and you get like two side tortillas. You're paying for a kid's meal, and you get 2 burritos out of it.
See, and my buddy, this is.
Oh, that's true. I've never done it.
One of my buddies was telling me that what he does is he just gets a regular burrito, double wrapped, and then he goes home and deconstructs the whole thing and creates 2 tortillas or 2 burritos from the one. Because those Chipotle burritos are freaking huge.
Have you ever had a quesarito from there?
I have no idea what that is.
I don't think they do quesadillas anymore. The big ones. I haven't seen people do them in a while. Yeah. They kind of got rid of that machine. But what they would do is, you tell me what a quesarito. So they'd make you a quesadilla, and then they'd make you a burrito. Then
wrapped in the quesadilla.
They would open the tortilla up, and then it'd be a double wrap burrito. Dude, this was like holding a football in your hand.
Oh my gosh!
It was like 8 pounds of burrito, bro. But,
that sounds amazing.
It was so good, but it was a huge. Like, I have a picture on my phone somewhere I have to find from years ago, but of course I was fat. I was like, "Yep, gonna get me one of those." And I probably polished it off, but it's huge. But
Dude, back in the day, man, I used to go to Chipotle and have no problem finishing a burrito in one sitting there and being like, "Should I get chips?" Or, like,
I love their chips, dude. If
they're a fan.
Their lime seasoning to it. Yeah,
I really do like their chips a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but like back in the day, that was easy. But now I'm like, dude, yesterday I got a bowl for myself, and I was like, what am I thinking? This is way too much for me.
Oh.
I ate it, I finished it, but it was like, dang, that's a lot of food.
Dude, I do double rice, no beans, vegetables, double chicken, and then all the other stuff, and I usually get a side tortilla, so I'll make my little burrito out of it. and then the rest I'm eating with chips. Like, I just put it all, because that's a cleaner, cheat type meal. So it's actually pretty good for you and all.
Yeah, like I say, it's when you're thinking about the stuff in it, if it is the way they advertise it.
Right. And it's not, they're supposed to be Whole30 friendly. So, like, there's no sugar in their seasonings, allegedly, and all that crap. So, I mean, what are you eating? Rice, chicken, vegetables? Like, everything else is salsas, all vegetables.
Yeah. Like I said, as long as it is exactly the way they advertise it, then yeah, that's probably, like I said, outside of the straight up, what is it, teriyaki chicken and white rice from Panda Express, it's probably about as healthy a fast food as you can get.
Yeah, you really can't beat it.
But, it is not inexpensive.
No.
So, I mean.
It's only gone up, dude. It makes me so mad. It used to be like 8 something for a chicken bowl. Then it was 9. Now it's like 10. And you're like, dude, I got 3 kids and... Dude, I don't walk out there for less than $60, and I'm like, I'm at Chipotle.
I know, dude. You're going to a fast food restaurant.
Did you see the inflation rate numbers for fast food?
No.
Like, through Biden? Oh, I'll have to find it, dude. Like, things are up. Like, and I'm not blaming Biden for anybody listening that's a Biden fan. I'm just saying, since the numbers were from 2020 to now.
Yes.
The amount of inflation in just fast food, like, you're talking a Big Mac went from $3.49 to $7.49. Oh, that is a huge jump.
A $4 jump, dude.
It is insane. And they do it with burritos. They show all these other little sandwiches and you're like, no, and you're not getting any more. You're not getting anything more out of it. The problem is what have we done with minimum wage? We've made it to where we can make a career out of being a burger flipper at McDonald's. Can't do that.
Yeah,
but that's what we're paying for.
But see, and then the other problem with that is you can't make a career out of that.
No, and that's what but I know, but they've made people make it a career.
I know. But what I'm saying is the reverse part of that is, yeah, you can't, because guess what happens when you do that? Everything becomes more expensive. And I'm not saying that's the only reason. Like, there's lots of things out there that could be causing, this specific spike, right? Because it is spiking everywhere.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm not an economist, so I don't know why I'm even pretending like I want to know what to say here. But you just
nobody would have known that if you didn't say anything.
But I mean, like, I don't know. The elementary education I have in finance is basically when you have more of something, it becomes less valuable, right?
Yep.
So when we pump all this money into the economy with all the printing of the cash we've got, guess what? Everything becomes less valuable. Like, all the money that I'd saved became less valuable because everything else became more expensive, quote unquote.
Your dollar doesn't go as far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, I heard the same thing. I was listening to one of the news podcasts that I listened to, and they were talking about one of the inflation rates and how Well, you know what? No. I would just stop myself. Nope, not going down that road because I was about to get real political there. Sorry, guys.
It's fine, but do
your own research.
Fast food has gone up a lot.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it sucks paying that kind of like. I guess if I knew right now I could go to McDonald's and get a family of 5, because I think people. That's what they can afford. That's how they treat their families, right? So, like, if you knew you could go out for $25 and feed your family of 5, I would be okay. I would be okay with not going there myself because I don't care, and spending $60 at Chipotle because one, I'm a healthier option, but two, I'm fortunate enough where that's. I mean, as much as it sucks, we only do it once a week, and I make it work. But when you're going to McDonald's and paying $60 for 5 people to eat, that's wrong. Like,
yeah,
when that food doesn't get old, it doesn't mold, it doesn't do anything, and it sits in the back of your car, and then you can eat it like a hockey puck later, years later. Mm-hmm. That's a problem.
That's a real problem,
and it's gross.
And you put that in your body.
Yeah,
millions and millions and millions.
And they're forcing people. They used to force it because it used to be so much cheaper. That hey, look, you want to treat your kids, dude, for cheap? Go to Taco Bell. Green burritos. You remember the 10 for 10?
Oh yeah.
The party family pack, the 12 for 12, whatever. You're like, yeah, cool. I get 6 burritos, 6 tacos. Boom. I'd eat that myself. Dude, high school was a good time.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about. Remember the 5 for 5 Arby's?
Oh,
5 for 5, dude. 5 roast beefs, roast beef and cheddar.
They just
for $5.
opened an Arby's by my house, by the gym. It's in the gym parking lot. It's brand new.
No crap.
It's over by Power and Jermaine.
Oh dang it. You should have told me that, bro, because I was like, you know how I like Arby's,
dude,
but there wasn't one anywhere near me, so I'm like, I don't got to worry about it.
No, you do, because it is. Here's the only reason I want to eat there is because most of the Arby's you go to now are old. They're just. When was the last time they changed their fryer?
Bro,
who knows,
never.
Right? Right. When was the last time they cleaned their meat slicer? You know what I'm
Never.
saying? Really cleaned it. But this is brand new, opened probably less than a month ago, and it's in the gym parking lot. There's an Arby's on one side and a Salad and Go on the other. It's like, pick your poison here, people. Let's go. Well, how good do you want to be? Did you work out hard to eat like crap, or did you work out hard to maintain? Do you want to? But we keep driving by, and I'm like, I really want to go.
Dude,
just get a
roast beef and cheddar, baby.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
with some Arby's sauce all over the curly fries, bro. Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I actually want to go because I want to try their burger they've been talking about. Now they have a hamburger.
Do they really?
Yeah, so it's like, I got to try that out, see what it's all about.
I try not to get invested in what they do because I just want to eat it because I just, like you said, that's where I went in high school. We had down the street from the school, we had an Arby's, and you had to go up the way for Taco Bell or Jack in a Box. Those are really in a McDonald's, of course, but that's really it, right?
Yeah.
So Arby's has that like hold on you where they had a Swiss bacon, chicken bacon Swiss.
Yes, chicken bacon Swiss. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, what I would do, I would tear into one of those right now, but it probably wouldn't taste the same.
No,
but
it absolutely would not. But again, for me, it's like one of those things where like it was a treat for me to be able to go to Arby's. Yeah. And most people, when I tell them, they're like, dude, that's gross. I'm like, you know what?
Say what you want, dude.
Yeah.
Did a 5 for 5 deal?
5 for 5.
Let's go.
Roast beef and cheddars. That's amazing stuff right there.
Remember when McDonald's would have 49-cent cheeseburger like Tuesdays?
Yes. 35-cent cheeseburgers.
Yeah, you were like, let's go.
It was one of those things where I'm like, how could they possibly be doing this? When you find out, it's because it wasn't real food. So, yeah, they can easily do this.
And we loved every bit of it.
Dude, 49-cent soft serves.
Oh, those are when I used to eat those. Those were good.
You know what's crazy is the way we talk about this is it's almost like we're talking about the 1960s.
I know.
Dude, this was the 2000s.
Yeah.
But
that was 24 years ago, Eric. It was like when we were born, they were talking about it because 24 years ago from when we were born was the 60s.
I know. That is crazy.
It is crazy.
That is real crazy to put it in a perspective. That is nuts, dude.
Nuts, dude.
But at the same time, it's just like I'm not talking. Well, and the reason why I'm saying that because now when you look at like what things cost in the 60s, where it was like 10 cents for this, 15 cents for that, where it's like, that was for 30 plus years. They didn't have that much of a jump in the cost of things. And now, here we are today, 24 years later, there's no chance you're getting anything. You can't even buy anything for $1.
They don't. Their dollar menu is like $3.
Yeah.
It's a $3 menu, not a dollar menu.
Yeah, dollar menu doesn't exist anymore. Anywhere. No. I mean, you can't even get a side of fries for $1.
And what's weird is like Taco Bell's, they used to have like 79-cent bean burritos. Nothing has changed in that burrito. Yeah. Nothing. It's the exact same burrito. It's $3.49 now.
Dude, same thing with their crunchy tacos. Okay, there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. It used to be 79 cents for a crunchy taco.
Remember the 99-cent double decker?
Oh, dude, I was going to say, when you were talking about the quesarito, I was like, dude, the double decker, man. Now that was good stuff dude, right there.
Yes, it was, dude.
But it's just things like that where it's just like the insane jump in prices in such a short amount of time. This is the thing I tell people all the time. This is how I look at it when I think of inflation. For our entire lives, up until 4 years ago, a large pizza was about $10 universally.
Yeah,
right?
10, $12-ish.
Just about everywhere.
Yeah.
And I know this because one of my favorite movies of all time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was released in 1990.
What? Just kidding, bro. Come on.
Oh, dude, you had me there. You had me there.
You almost stood up in your seat, dude. I was Raphael for Halloween, bro. Let's go.
Good. In the movie, if you remember, when they're delivering the pizza, he puts up a 10 for the large pizza, right?
Yep.
And the guy takes it. Hey, it's a 10. The tab's 13. What's he say?
Wise men
say,
forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Yes. And it was like, okay, that was in New York City.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it was...
And it was Domino's.
Yes, it was Domino's and delivery.
Yeah.
So if it was $13 then, and it was that way all the way up until way past my marriage date, all the way up until COVID, and now it's 16 plus.
I think Domino's still has a $7 large, actually.
No, they don't.
They don't? Is
no,
it 8?
No, it's $12 for two. You can do $12 on their menu thing, where it's like for a large pizza, you can buy 2 for $12 each.
Ugh.
So you can't even buy 1 for $12.
No.
But you have to buy 2 to be able to get them for $12.
I don't buy that pizza anyway. So
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I like Domino's.
Some people do. No, I just don't. If I'm gonna have pizza, it's gonna be Venetian.
I totally get what you're talking
so
about.
I get it.
Yep.
And there's again. Well, I think there might be one next year, but it's not a place I think about for pizza. And actually, you know what my brother said to go? He goes, if you want pizza, there's Pizza Hut. I was like,
no. Dude, it's funny. I literally just saw a brand new Pizza Hut, and I thought,
that's what I'm saying.
But
part of me wants to go. So my dad worked for Pepsi, and he sold his route, and then he would deliver his route later in the week, right? And he made friends with the manager at Taco Bell and the manager at Pizza Hut. And what he would do is, I guess I can talk about this because he's dead now, so then we'll get in trouble. But he would take this big. So if one can of soda in a pack, whatever the size pack is damaged, they throw the entire thing out.
Yeah.
You don't salvage the other 11 or 18 cans or whatever. So he would take those and he would exchange food for damaged product, right? So every Friday we either had Taco Bell or we had Pizza Hut. And dude, we used to eat Pizza Hut all the time. And now I'm like, I don't remember the last time I went to Pizza Hut, but I want to know if it's any good.
I remember the last time I had Pizza Hut. I can't remember when it was, but I remember saying this is why I don't eat pizza. It's because their crust sucks.
I think they have a buffet still too.
I might.
I want to go.
I think I drove past that one in Payson. You know, right there at 87 and 260? Or what? No, 260 and
is there
in
a Pizza
87.
Hut?
There used to be one there for the longest time.
I don't know. I know there used to be a Ponderosa Steakhouse there.
Is it the southeast corner in the Safeway parking lot?
There's not. I don't think there's a.
There might not be one in there, but it was the longest time there was a pizza.
I don't know. I mean, I'll go through there this weekend. I'm going to pay attention, but I know there's one in Cholo still. It's on the way up. It's like in between Walmart and like the movie theater downtown.
Yeah,
it's right by the hill where everybody slides.
So funny you say the movie theater downtown. Is like that's downtown. Cholo.
Oh, no, it's Cholo. It's all one town. But.
No, yeah, it is. But it's one of those things where. Well, never mind. We're not going to get into the small town politics of this. For our younger listeners, for the next 6 minutes and 33 seconds, you need to tell whatever it is you're listening to skip 6 minutes and 33 seconds or manually skip 6 minutes and 33 seconds.
Oh, dude. You know, for the longest time, where the Pizza Hut used to be, when it kind of went out, they moved locations. Talk about a small town and control of. They tried to make a couple people wanted to make that place a strip club. That was not going to happen, dude.
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen to that town. Like, there's nothing you can do to put a strip club in Show. The one in Payson is strange.
Yeah, it is.
It's got
Pete's place.
Yeah, Pete's place, and so the cow on top. You know that was a stipulation from when the guy who bought the place, because it used to be a steakhouse, and he said the only condition is whatever you do here, you have to leave the cow on top of the sign.
That's not been a good
for those who don't know, like you're in Australia right now listening, there is a strip club, a topless bar in this small town called Star Valley, and on the top of this strip club sign
is a cow.
Is a giant heifer.
Yes. Definitely not a good selling point.
No. And I'm like, the part of me, just the curiosity part wants to go in. I've never been in, but I'm like, dude, I just want to know what we're looking at here. Like, and I envision some dude like an uncle watching his niece dance. You know what I'm saying? It's that small of a town, dude. Like I'm like, who are you watching here, dude? Like.
And it's so funny you say that because I guarantee you, literally every person that's driven by that place has thought the same
Dude,
thing.
I'm like, I'm just
every time I'm driving camping with my buddies, we will talk about Pete's place whenever we stop, wherever we're camping, and we will say something very similar.
All I envision is them up there like you're just contributing to your niece's college fund, dude. Like, I'm like it's just so. Now I know they probably bust them up from the valley, and I'm sure that's not the case, but that's what you think of it because this town is so small.
Yeah.
And it's on the edge of the town. Like once you get past that and go around the corner, it's forest for a while. Like
you're in the
you're not getting until you get to
forest.
Heber. You know that's when the next actual big town is. So you're like, really? What kind?
When you say big town, you mean
well,
other civilization?
I mean, yes. Because Forest Lakes is kind of a pass through camp town.
Yes, yeah.
But Heber's got its own like store and some other little things, restaurants and whatnot. But yeah, that I don't know. I would not if I would go in.
Mystery.
I would go in and just walk through and be like, okay, I'm good. Like I don't even care who's dancing. I just want to see what it looks like inside because it used to be a steakhouse. Like maybe they got good food. You know?
Dude, it is funny because it is one of those things I'll never find out.
Yeah.
But it is something where I can't lie. The curiosity is there. It's funny. It's not the curiosity that you would think a male would normally have when talking about a topless place.
No.
That's not it at all. It's this is here?
Yeah.
This is here.
Yeah.
Huh.
What is going on inside?
It's this place all
What does
about?
it look like? I feel like there's girls dancing and there's like an elk head on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like
they have a whole taxidermy wall.
Antler. Yeah, they're using an antler pole. Like something stupid.
100%, dude.
That's why I'm like, you know what? I'd like to go in where there's not girls though. Can I just go in the morning, like on like a D League day with his like people showing up later? I just want to see what it looks like inside. Like, is it dark? Is it lasers? Is it a steakhouse?
Can you imagine lasers and Star? It's just one of those things when I think about it. I can't emphasize enough. This is a small town.
Like
it's a small
tiny town.
Now, I mean, Payson's next door, but Payson's a small town.
Payson is not a big town, but it's not big enough where you wouldn't see your niece in there dancing.
Or someone you know.
Or someone
very
you know.
well.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, dude. You're like, you see a guy in there and he's like, oh, yeah, she went to school with my daughter, and now I'm like, that's weird. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. But it probably is not the case. But that's what I feel like.
That's 100% what I feel like. It is. And I don't know that I could ever be convinced that's not the case. I mean, again, I'm never going to find out.
No.
But I can't deny the fact that there's a level of
you would go in
there.
if it was closed and you were like, okay, I just want to see what the inside looks like. I don't care who's dancing because I'd be afraid, dude. I'd really be afraid because they can't be hot, bro. Like there's just no way.
The chances are very slim.
It's probably really dark because it has to be. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like there's like a smoke room.
Yeah, those spotlights are a little dimmer than normal.
Like I feel like, you know what, this is like if you're a high-end stripper, you are not going to Pete's Place in Star Valley to make $1.
No. Oh man.
Maybe that's where they get started. Maybe that's like the G League of strip clubs, bro. Like, and then you graduate from Pete's Place and you go to Band-Aids in Phoenix. And what kind of strip club's name is Band-Aids, bro? You know what?
Bro, I don't even know. Some of the names I've seen. And for me, like I still remember this so vividly. In fact, just the other day, I'm driving with my wife and a song came on the radio. It's Story of the Year. Oh gosh, what was the name? I can't remember the name of the actual song.
I thought you were going to say I fell in love with a stripper.
Good song. No, but this one was anyway. The whole reason I say is me and my buddy Mike. We were making this video. We used to make videos back and forth with my buddies up in Utah, my cousin and his friends, and they would make a movie and send it down here. Okay, and we'd go back and forth all the time with these different little stupid videos. And so we're making one, and they live in a small town up in Utah. And me and my buddy were like, dude, they don't have this in their small town. And we're on Apache Boulevard, okay? And we're just driving. Now, mind you, he and I have never been anywhere near a strip club ever in our entire lives, okay? The closest we've ever been is passing one on the road.
Yeah.
This time, we're like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the parking lot and just like, hey, this is where we're at. We pull into the parking lot. Immediately, both of us like, what have we done? And immediately, like, oh my gosh, what have we done?
I feel dirty.
It felt so gross. And so my buddy's like, dude, drive around the back because that's where everybody's parked. So we drive around the back. A lot of cars in the back. I don't even remember what the name of the place was, but I remember the whole time as we were driving, it was that song my story of the year was on the radio, and when it came on the YouTube Music Shuffle, I told my wife, and she's like, "I know, I've seen the video a million times. Shut up." And I'm like, "Whatever."
Fine.
Like I said,
Snickers.
my wife is not a talker.
She's like, "Don't talk anymore."
I will say, in that moment, I think she probably was at her maximum because the kids in the back were just being kids.
That's fine.
And you just kind of feel, that tension slowly rising in your body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
geez,
it's funny, the conversations we had. We haven't planned any of that. We didn't plan to talk about food for as long as we did, or pizza.
But speaking of, I want to go back to the Happy Meal thing because we talked about McDonald's and stuff, right? So do you know? And I pulled up the article for it, but they're taking off the smiley face on the Happy Meal at McDonald's.
No, come on. Okay, whatever.
And
what
listen,
is this?
and they're giving you the option because what it is it says that basically in the redesign comes from an agency out of the UK.
Okay,
but it's basically saying that what does it say? I think it says 13 to 19. The kids simply called the meal. The iconic smile has disappeared from the red boxes, and now there's a reminder that it's okay to not feel happy.
No, come on,
dude.
Come on.
I know. I was like, when I found out, one of my buddies at work told me, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, no, seriously.
Real.
And I'm like, no. So it says an attempt to reflect a study that shows 48% of children in the UK feel pressure to be happy all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what are we doing here? So they give you a box without a smiley face on it, and then I haven't seen it on here so much, but oh no, there it is. Yeah, they give you option like sticker things to put on, like you have a sad face, you have kind of like a I'm okay, a smirk, a squiggly line, and then a happy. I'm like,
I wish you guys
serious?
I wish you can hear my eye roll. that is. Do you want to talk about trying to find a solution?
It's all about mental health. Like, dude, it's a mental health thing. I'm like, dude, you guys just cannot figure. Ordering a sad meal every day from the same McDonald's until one employee asks me what's wrong. A joker asked me.
Good for that person.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, really, dude?
That to me,
so sad.
That to me is 100% finding a solution to a problem that doesn't exist.
It's them just digging. Like, how are you going to ask a bunch of kids? 48% said they feel pressured to feel happy all the time. Of what age?
Yes.
Because you're going to tell me an 8-year-old feels pressure. He doesn't even understand what pressure is.
Yes, there is no such thing.
And for anybody that thinks they do, you're probably the same people that think they can decide their gender at 4.
Oh, bro.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, come on.
It's like you freaking are reeling me in. Just like tossing the bait my way. Hey, just come down this road with me.
Just come down it. It's just, but these are just so sad, dude. It's just, what are we doing, man?
Dude, I can tell you this right now. This is the kind of crap. I've said it a million times. We are parents. Our job is to guide our children. And if this is the direction we're guiding them, that is the wrong way. That is the wrong way, because all we are doing, it's not that we're not validating that people can be upset or kids can have feelings.
Right.
They 100% do. But what we are validating is it's okay to feel however you want to feel.
The Happy Meal was to make you happy.
It's to make you happy.
Like, it wasn't like you had to be happy to have a Happy Meal. It was, hey, I know you may be sad, but guess what? Here's a happy meal.
Meals. It's going to come with a toy.
Yeah.
It's going to come with crazy, unhealthy food for
honey,
you.
Are you sad? Let's go get a sad meal.
Yeah,
get out of here.
So what are we supposed to do? Like, you don't joy
So you can say sad, and then now the suicide rate's going to go up with these kids. That's what they're going to blame it on, right? Everybody's been so sad now. It's like, dude, this is so dumb.
To me, 100%, you are trying to make a problem out of nothing. This is a non-existent problem.
It's the world we live in.
Dude, that better not, is that only staying in the UK?
I don't know.
That better not be making its way to our shores.
Well, who knows, bro? But I don't go there anyway, so I would never know. Like, it's not like oh no. It literally says on the box, it's okay not to feel happy all the time.
No way.
Where the smile used to be.
Oh my gosh. What the?
Yeah.
Just one more reason for me to not go to McDonald's. I will gladly boycott them.
It says, we know how important it is to stimulate open conversations about mental health and families.
Have you ever heard that stand-up comedian that talks about conspiracy theories? And he's always like, listen, I understand you may not believe in all conspiracy theories, but if you don't believe in any conspiracy theories, he's saying he doesn't have time for those people. Because there's no way that the government's just batting 1,000 and telling us the whole truth every single time.
We've talked about this a little bit, because I think you either played one before or something. But yeah, no, I agree. The older I get, the more I believe in conspiracies. I'm telling you, like,
I will say, I think the older I get, I believe in less of them, and only because I feel like I've never heard more in my life than I have in the last 5 years.
Yeah, but it's like that. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? Like you see some of these things, and like, dude, if you've been in around any form of government for a long enough time, it's not like there's definitely some shady shenanigans going on, dude. Like,
see, and those are things I believe. I just don't believe that they're to the extent with which.
like we didn't land on the moon. Just kidding. Stop it.
That's a strong stance to take.
Well, it does make you wonder. The flag thing. So, like, those are kind of like far. Like, those are things where, like, okay, so like the JFK conspiracy, right? I wasn't a big understanding or believer, whatever, until I went to the JFK Museum and did the tour
in Dallas.
In Dallas, and if anybody listening has ever have a chance to go and you haven't, you don't have to be a history buff. It is incredible. Definitely a conspiracy.
No, see things like that. But okay. Do you believe the government wanted 9/11 to happen?
I would need because it's funny. In the theory behind that is it's a financial thing because there was money that was lost or something, right? And then they did this whole thing. Now, I have a hard time believing that. I think it's George Bush, right, would sign off on 2 planes going in to 2 trade centers because of a financial. But again, it's not outside the realm of possibility because people are corrupt. But I don't believe. I like to believe that the people in the position to do that wouldn't do that. That's a little extreme. You're killing off 3,000 Americans.
And kicking off an entire war for the span of 20 years.
Right.
The countless amount of Americans that died in the war. So to me, it's like one of those things when it comes to like conspiracy theories. Like I buy kind of low-level conspiracy theories. It's the ones that are huge. The ones where it's like, listen, you're telling me that literally everybody's in on this.
I know, but
And
like
you're the
somebody
only
hasn't
one that-
whistleblowed. Like, what do
Yes.
they get out of it not whistleblowing? Like, okay, even if I get it, you're set for life for money, but at some point, somebody in that circle is going to have a conscience, and they're going to be like, dude, I can't take this anymore.
Prime example, flat earthers. Okay?
Flat Earth.
Flat earthers are crazy. And this is one that I remember.
can't ever buy that.
I remember hearing somebody tell me the reason why, so many people buy into the flat earth thing is because, like, well, they're all in on it. They don't want us to know. So I'm like, to what end? To what end do they not want you to know? And you're telling me literally every pilot, the thousands, if not tens of thousands of pilots in the world are all in on this? Like, all of them?
Okay, so flat Earth meaning like the Earth. Like, here's why I can't complain. It doesn't compute to me is because
It literally doesn't make any sense.
right.
Go on.
But no, it doesn't. But if you just look at it from like if you walk outside in the daytime and you look to your left and then you trace across the sky to the right, it is a half circle. Like it's like you literally are completing the top part of a dome. Like,
Yeah.
Like, so what would make you think it's even remotely flat? Like,
and the thing is also to me, it's just like if you've ever been into an airplane, you can see you're 30,000 feet in the air. You can see in miles and miles and miles in directions, and sometimes you can see even a little bit of a curve. Not all the time, depends on clear the
depends
day
on where
is.
you're at and all
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
But it's just one of the things where like you're telling me that literally every pilot is all in on the lie. They're never going to tell you the truth.
Kind of want to go to
what end?
pilot school. If I get in on that, dude, I'll let you know.
By
Drop
the
it
way,
right here.
For the first time, I have a buddy who's a pilot, right? And I'm talking to him about this, and I'm joking with him about this. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I'd never tell you the truth. It's like I know. I know that we're all in on it. It's just dumb.
The whole idea is just stupid.
Yeah, it's just stupid. So I mean, going back to the whole like my conspiracy theory about this whole thing when it comes to the no more Happy Meals type thing is it's I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but it's just like it is a problem that didn't exist. Now it's a problem. Because guess what's going to happen, dude? Guess what's going to happen now? How many people are going to get all up in arms over this decision? People are going to get so pissed. And so this is my conspiracy theory about it. It is going to become such a stupid problem that it's all that people are going to talk about. Kind of like how when that transgender guy was with Bud Light. So everyone's pissed off about Bud Light, not actually concerned about the real problems in the world.
Yeah, no.
That's because this is something that we can focus all of our energy on instead of focusing on the things that actually matter. That actually are going on in the world, that actually have an impact on your life. Not whether or not you can get a smiley face on the side of some stupid box selling you crap food anyways.
Oh, you said transgender. My mind went to a story I read, but I'm like, do I want to go down that road? And it's interesting for Oregon state championship track meet. A biological male, won the 200-meter state championship
For the women?
for the women, and this crowd boos him, her, it, whatever. I'm not trying to be But I'm like,
it's confusing for me too.
I'm like, I have a hard time because I have daughters that play in sports, right? And I get like I've seen them play against boys their age, and particularly Lexi's soccer team got dominated, and they were good, and they got dominated, and it's just like, at what point, like, I don't care what lifestyle you live. I really don't. Like, I think it's great. You do whatever you do.
We've talked about this before. Just don't live harmlessly. That's fine.
But it's like when you start like taking away and looking at it like that, where you're like, dude, you know what's funny is it's a what's the word? It's a double standard, because I think if you're a female and you want to pretend to be a male, or be a male, sorry, the word pretend. If I'm offending you, I'm sorry, but it's hard to skirt around this without offending somebody, and I'm not trying to. I really don't care what you do. Anybody does. But if you're a biological female that is then transitioning to a male and you want to go play male sports,
go have at it.
Have at it.
Yeah, good luck.
Don't care. What I have a problem with is when you're a biological male who's now transitioned to a female and you want to break female records, standards, and stuff.
When you say transition to a female, I don't know the number on this. How many of them have actually transitioned in any physical
all
manner?
The way, other than fake boobs?
Yes.
Because that's the easiest surgery to get, right? That is the only one. Everything else is like a process, and it's very expensive, and it's just a thing. And
almost, I mean, it is Oregon. So.
And I know, and it's one of those things where it's like, again, like, you want to be a female to a male and go play in a male world, go for it. But it's for anybody to believe it's fair to be a biological male at birth, transition to a female, or call yourself that, and then participate in female sports and then win and get awarded for it. It is wrong on a whole nother level. And I don't know. And again, I'm coming from a dad with daughters. Like, if I don't know how I'd react if they had to race against somebody or they were doing something where it was a male. And because what if your daughter takes second and you lost to essentially a biological male?
With stuff on the line. We'll say a scholarship's on the line.
Scholarship, something, right? Like, you're like, are you, like, how are we down that road? But that just, it made me think, because this is all just fresh, because track season is just ending for high school in a lot of places,
right?
State championships and stuff. So you just, I know it's Oregon, but it doesn't make it right. But it's crazy. It's making it. What's making more noise is the fact that they get booed. And it's like, well, because I think people are starting to get a little fed up with, you can live whatever life you want, but when you start taking away things from, I mean, the idea that feminists are behind men becoming women crack me up, dude. That is so stupid that a male won Female of the Year and nobody blinked an eye.
Dude, remember when Christopher? Oh no, it was Chappelle talked about it.
It's crazy,
and he got all this transgender hate. He's like, listen, I'm just pointing out facts.
That's just factual information. Like, how are you? It doesn't. Like, when Caitlyn Jenner won Female of the Year. Dude, it's a dude, and no female was upset about it. And you know why? It's because maybe they feel like they can't be. But it's like,
I think it has more to do with what you just said. You can't be, because if you are, you're not. This is one of the hard things about labels. Is if you do have a problem with it, it's not that you have a problem. The fact that this person is choosing to live their life that way, that can't possibly be. Like, you can't possibly not have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you have a problem with them being named Female of the Year, it can't be for any other reason other than you're transphobic.
Yeah.
That's the only possible way it could be.
So stupid.
But it's just like, no, there's... This is one of the things that kills me. I hate when everybody says everything's black and white. There's so much gray in just about every conceivable thing you can think of. There is no immediate yay or nay in most of our worlds. Any problem, solution, whatever it might be, right? There's always going to be some people that are affected by a positive solution negatively. That's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah.
Which is why we, have all these fights constantly. But one of the things that kills me is, like, you can't possibly disagree with somebody for any other reason other than some sort of homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, whatever it is. It can't be for any other possible reason.
No, it's because you hate that person.
Because you hate them.
And
everyone like them.
Yeah, it's just, it makes no sense. It's just a weird world and a weird time that we live in right now, but it just, I don't know. It's just interesting. It only, like I said, it only came up because whatever you said triggered that story. Because I've read it on a few different forums, and Riley Gaines actually chimes in on it on X, Twitter.
Yeah.
So she chimes in on, like, hey, like, it's good to hear people standing up for something, and whether you believe one way or the other, it's just becoming so weird. Like, it was one thing, like, you want to do what you want to do what you want to do, but when you start impacting scholarship ideas or all this stuff because you're in a sport that like, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's hard to float around this and not get anybody. I don't
totally.
care if you're mad because we're having an open dialogue conversation. Turn the channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not. No one's bagging on anybody here.
Yeah.
It's just if you can't look at it objectively and say, okay, it is kind of strange whether you believe it or not. Like, I've been watching. You know, your phone goes through algorithms, right? And Christian Kirk, he's a right-wing guy, kind of like he tours campuses, and he sits underneath
Turning Point USA. Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
something like
Charlie,
that.
isn't it Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk. Yeah,
Because when you Christian Kirk, I'm like, the football
that's
player?
the football player. Sorry, Charlie Kirk. But he goes out and has conversations with everybody. He don't care, and you know he gets booed, but he takes it and he has a rebuttal for it, and you hear him talking about it. And there's certain things where certain people can't even define certain words.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid to define it. And it's just like, man, dude, it's just the world we live in. But
it is hard because if you do say something that you actually believe, someone's going to hate you for it.
Well, and the thing is, you can't believe something different from everybody else because then it means that you hate them. That doesn't mean anything.
You hear the whole thing about Harrison Butker?
Yeah.
When he had that.
In a world full of Travis Kelce's, be a Harrison Butker.
Well, when he was talking at, what was it? Was it a
Some
Catholic
university,
school?
yeah.
I think it was a Catholic school. He's a practicing Catholic. If anybody knows anything about Catholics, if you actually hold to their beliefs, very traditional beliefs.
Very much so,
Very
yeah.
traditional. Everybody's hating on him for espousing his beliefs. Okay? It couldn't possibly be that, listen, this is my belief. I'm talking to people that are like-minded people. I didn't mean for this to be for everybody in the entire world. I'm entitled to my beliefs. Why is it okay for him to be entitled to his beliefs in his religion in an area in which he's speaking to other like-minded people of his religion and his beliefs? Why is that not okay for him to do that? But it's totally fine for somebody in Oregon to claim they are a female, whether they are or they are not, and compete, and everybody has to be okay with that.
Yeah.
If you spoke out against it, it's because you hate them.
Well, and that's what they talk. Like,
It's a total double standard.
Well, everybody praised Travis Kelce for going up there, shotgunning a beer, telling everybody to party and live it up, right?
Yeah.
And then you get a guy who goes up there with some kind of values and says, "Hey, look, have a family, get married, do the biblical thing or
traditional
traditional
live a
thing,
traditional
like live a good." And now he's being ridiculed for it essentially by the left. The right's not really saying much. It's mostly the crazy left people, right?
And it's the same, but you could even flip it the other way around, because the same exact crap happens on one side or the other.
Yeah,
Instead of what we're doing, what you and I were saying, listen, just live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life. I'm not here to jump down your throat for doing what you want to do, as long as you are not trying to force it upon everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy how we just have to have that negative fight on everything about whatever.
Everything has to be turned in a fight. It's like, no matter how much we talk about inclusion and like being together, the media is always trying to divide you, whether it's Fox News or CNN, it doesn't matter. It's never saying, hey, let's actually have inclusion here. No, they're trying to separate you. They're trying to divide us as much as we can.
You're 100% right. Like, whole thing that I've always had with the inclusion initiative that it seems to be, infiltrating everything. It's division is what it is.
Oh, for sure.
You are 100% trying to divide everybody instead of just letting people live their lives. Everything has to be a protest. Everything has to be, signs out in front of the yard. You have to be pro or against everything instead of just being indifferent. Like, hey, I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
Well, the biggest concern our government has is we all think the same. If we all got on the same side, the government would have problems. That's how they're continuing their rule, right? Is they can create division. You've got a side that they're fighting each other. We are letting, dude. I follow this page called The Typical Liberal. It's like I don't know. It's a lot of like just political crap on the right side, like making fun of the left. Whatever.
Right.
Who cares? But one of the videos they show today is the nightlife party going on in Ukraine. All these people partying up, living it up. While there's missiles going off and we're sending billions of dollars over there, the nightlife is through the roof because of all the money being poured into that country. And we've got homeless people on the street here that we don't, you know what? Not even homeless people. It's just homeless vets on the street here that we're not helping. And it's like, but again, it's a divide, right? They want to keep the division. They want to make people dependent on certain things, and they want to make you mad about other things because then you're not together.
And this is where I'll say, I think that is a great example of somebody trying to divide you, because I don't think that's true at all. because most of the people in the Ukraine that are fighting the age have left. That's one of the big problems they have. So like there is no nightlife because if you are a fighting age and you are healthy, you're getting conscripted. And that's one of the problems Ukraine. Anyway, what I'm just saying is that's another example of division.
Right.
So it's
no matter what.
But well, dude, we are really going down a political road down here.
It's kind of we're
just went down this
flirting
road.
with politics. I'm not trying to. I don't care about sides. I will talk both sides. Like I would love to have somebody come in here who's a left wing liberal person and just talk. The problem is usually one side or the other. But I've been on the side. I can do this. I can talk to somebody. I don't have to agree with them. But I like to see what they think. Like, how do you get to where you got? How do you get to that thought process?
Yeah.
What makes you think it's okay? And you have an actual dialogue, right? Which we'll never do. This country doesn't do enough of.
No.
But because if you sit down, because they may very well point out something that you didn't think of, but their fear on the left side is you start opening their mind a little bit, and you're like, dude, I'm not saying I'm right, but think about like this, that, or. And when you have those conversations with people on the other side, it's interesting. You both end up saying, okay, I can see your point. Don't know if I agree with it, but you make a valid point, right? It's a conversation.
See, that's the part that I think is most important is that if you actually sat down and talked, because I do the same thing, because I like to think of myself as center right.
Right.
In most things. In some things, I lean center left. So that's kind of how I like to look at myself. If I were to actually sit down and like go item by item, I'd be interested to see where I find out, where I land. But like I said, for the point you made is it's very important to sit down and actually talk with somebody, because when you do talk to somebody, a human being, not a blob or a mob or some internet forum, if you actually talk to a human being, you'd be surprised at what you actually agree with. And you'd be surprised how often you can look at their point of view, like you said, and say, I see where you're coming from. That's not how, I don't agree with it, but I can at least see the point of view
how you got to where you were at.
And it makes all the difference in the world, because then you don't look at them as monsters. You don't look at them as crazy people. You look at them as people. Right.
And you've had a conversation where you're like, look, it's not so much hate. You're not teaching hate there.
Yeah.
You're seeking. What's that? It's some kind of. It's seek first to understand, right? Or listen and understand.
Yeah.
That's what you should. If we just started doing that, just say, okay, look, you and I see completely differently. Let's sit down at lunch, and while we're eating, I want to know. You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. We can't get mad. You can't get mad at what I believe. If I believe I'm pro this or that, or you're anti this or that, we can't get mad. You just got to say, okay, let's talk about why, and I'll tell you my rebuttal for your why. You can tell me yours, but we can get up here as grown adults or people and say, cool, like we disagree. We can agree to disagree, but we can be good people.
Yeah.
So anyway, we kind of went on a tangent there.
Yeah, dude. That's what this
whole
whole
all
night
started with
about.
Happy Meals. Screw Happy Meals.
Screw Happy Meals.
But I have one more food thing. Okay, listen.
Okay,
it's a food
one more.
hack.
I'm actually going to sit down for this one.
No, that's fine. Food hack. It might get you up, though.
And say,
so, you like QT?
yeah. Oh, we
You
talked
ever
about
eat
the subs.
The subs? Oh, okay, good. I
Yeah,
wasn't
we
sure I
talked
saw
about
a
the subs.
commercial. We did? Okay, good. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, the $6 sub?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in QT. What happened was buying an energy drink
Because addictions.
yeah, I got a vice. Leave me alone. And I was like, oh, I got to talk about that because I really want one. See, you have a lot of food conversations because I can't eat anything. So
Bro,
when
I don't know how you do this, man. Constantly talking about it. I would be murdering people.
So when I was at my brother-in-law's house, he was making that mac and cheese, and I'm sitting there. He's cooking 1.5 pounds of bacon all chopped
Oh
up.
my gosh.
And he's like, "Why are you in here?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. Just the smell. Like I'm good. I just need to smell it, man. Like I don't." I used to walk past this candy jar in an office we had, and it was full of chocolate. And I would just open it up, stick my nose in. Okay, I'm good, and walk away.
Dude,
It's
I don't know
stupid.
how you
It's
do that,
stupid.
man. That would absolutely kill me. I do
It's
not have the
stupid.
willpower for
I
that.
know, but but the smells help a lot. Like you smell the bacon, you take a bite of chicken and rice, dude. You smell the bacon. No, I'm not that crazy, but it does. Yeah. But see, yeah, I wrote that down because I wasn't sure if we talked about it. But yeah, I guess we have. So
Yeah, we know we have. But you should say it anyway. The value is crazy.
the value of QT subs are crazy. If anybody listened to this again, forgot, or didn't hear it the first time because we were probably on some kind of weird other tangent, subs at QT are no joke, and they're $6.50 for a foot long.
That's freaking amazing.
You can't beat it. And in today's world,
In today's
world, you cannot beat that deal. Now, I mean, we won't even get into how great their other food is because I've never had anything bad from the QT kitchen, bro. Never.
I gotta be honest. I think I've only had one breakfast sandwich in the kitchen. I think that's all I've ever done.
Dude.
But I don't go to QT anymore.
Eat their mac and cheese, bro. So good.
I'm not going to do it.
Why?
Because...
Wait, why don't you go to QT anymore? Are you back to Circle K?
So I go to Circle K only because of this. Have you ever heard of the app Upside? It's a cashback app.
Oh.
Okay. QT does not participate in their fuel cashback program. And with gas costing what it costs, I'm going to whoever's got one, QT and Circle K. Circle K's cheaper gas anyway, almost always. And then you add their cash back, which is usually about 15 to 20 cents a gallon. Yeah, Circle K all day.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I have a buddy that he would. I worked with him for a long time, but we'd go to QT. He would always meet us at QT after he got his drink at Circle K because he swore the flavor, like the bag-in-a-box flavoring, they put more syrup in their drink so it tasted different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I drink too much soda.
I do know people that swear by certain places that this is where they got to go to get the drink. It's like, whatever.
I would never know. I don't drink enough of the crap.
I don't want to know.
I don't either, quite honestly.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to get to the point where I know it's
vice is sugar-free energy drinks. I'm good. Like, I know there's crap in them. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but I don't need
cancer somehow.
I don't need anything else in my body. I'm good.
Dude, if I wish that sugar was not my vice. It totally is, man. Oh, sugar's freaking great. I want to end on some real super positive news. For anybody who did not know, the Diamondbacks just won 2 out of 3 in Los Angeles. Oh. Screw the Dodgers, baby.
That's good. I just saw somebody hit like their something, like he's on like a hit streak.
Yeah, Ketel Marte is on and now actually I think he's got a 21-game hitting streak.
Yeah, it's something good. Like
so last night he extended it to 20. Now he's on a 21-game hit streak. For anybody who doesn't know, that's actually a very, very, very rare thing to get double-digit hits in consecutive games because baseball's like probably most known for failure, right? In baseball, if you succeed as a hitter 30% of the time, you are elite. You are elite.
I have a buddy who's single, and he uses batting average as like his rejection average. He's like, dude, if I ask 10 girls if they'll date, get whatever, and only 3 say yes, he goes, dude, if I'm in baseball, I'm killing. I'm an all-star. I'm like, you're so dumb. I mean, I understand your logic, but he loves baseball. But I'm like, good
as
for
long
you.
as he's got that confidence.
Yeah.
To
oh, dude, he's a baller. I got to give it to him. But yeah, Tom Hughes, man, I'll tell you, he's like, nah, what? If I'm batting 300. I'm good to go, dude.
But see, that's the thing about baseball. It's like you are like an absolute all-star if you're batting, 300.
Yeah.
So when you say 300, for anybody who doesn't know about baseball, that means out of one in a fraction, 1 of 1 is 1,000%, right? It's a 1.000. In baseball, they always break it down to the percentage in 3 digits. So if you get 3 out of 10. We say you're batting 300, which is 30%.
And that's really high. When you think about how many at-bats and all that stuff, like most guys, I mean, even decent players are barely in the 2s.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you pretty consistently probably see a .177 or a 162. Or
not that often.
Not that low?
No, none of the pitchers don't hit anymore.
Oh,
now it's
true.
like universal.
Oh, yeah, because they all have
hitters.
DHs now.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Unless you're, what's his face, bro? He just hit his first walk-off hit. Did you see that?
Oh, Shohei?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shohei Ohtani. Dude, that guy's freaking crushing it this year.
Stupid.
I was really hoping he's going to get taken down for gambling. Not because I got anything against him. I think he's an amazing baseball player, but because he plays for the freaking Dodgers. Oh, jeez. No, but anyway, so Ketel Marte, he's been the Diamondbacks' best player for 8 years now. He's awesome. He's totally underrated. But yeah, 21-game hit streak now. The Diamondbacks are still just under that 500 mark. They're 23 and 26 right now. But they've been doing that with everybody hurt. So I am actually very encouraged by the team. I think we got a solid summer in front of us for baseball. I really hope
Whatever
so.
you say.
Hey,
when
man,
I
we'll
saw
go
that you
again.
could buy 40 season tickets for $5 a piece.
Yeah.
Almost.
Dude,
Figured $200. I'm like, that's not a bad deal.
it's freaking it's amazing. And each game you go to, you sit in a different seat too. It's not even like the same 300 level seat. Sometimes you're down ground level.
I don't know. I would never go to 40 games, bro.
They call it the summer pass. I don't think it's 40 games. Maybe it is 40
was
games.
40 games.
Is it? Yeah. They call it like the summer pass. I don't remember what it was, but it's a solid freaking deal.
40 games for $5 a piece.
I see. That's awesome. That's a good deal, dude.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of which, we talked about this last time. We never got into it. But did you read that article about the Clippers season tickets?
No, I never read it. I didn't even get.
Oh, it was on the show.
It was on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what they're saying is you can buy a season, which for basketball, this is an insanely low price. And take into consideration, it's in Los Angeles in a brand new stadium that the Clippers are building. $1,300, and you get to sit on what they call the wall. It's like this massive wall in one of the ends, so not in the middle, but it's all fans only that bought tickets for this wall. $1,300 for a season. That's 41 games. That's pretty freaking good. And in basketball, dude,
What did you send me about the Panthers?
The Panthers.
The Panthers stadium. Like, it was cheaper to buy, like, to watch the game on Red Zone or something, whatever.
So with the way that the NFL has rolled out the TV schedule this year, you have to sign up for so many different streaming apps and licenses from all these different providers. It would be cheaper to go to every single home game of the Panthers and watch in person than it would be to watch it from your home.
You know what's funny is obviously the 10 will have their, Fox 10 will have their stuff, but I only want the Red Zone channel. I don't care enough about like the NFL Sunday Ticket. Like, I don't want to watch every game. I don't even want to watch the whole Dallas Cowboy game. I just want to watch when they have the ball or when they're close.
You're
and
a
usually
fan.
The Red Zone will do that because, I play fantasy football. So the Red Zone's giving me all the quick, and they show every touchdown every week. So you're always seeing it. And I'm like, bro, this is the life. Like, the problem is my ADD goes into full swing. And I'm like, by the time I get bored with the game, it jumps to another one. It jumps to another one. So, but even then I still pay $70-$80 for this one channel for the season. And I'm like, but I can't help it, dude. Because I'm going to get you to play fantasy football this year.
I'll do it, but I'm not going to care about it. I'll be honest.
No, I need you to care. We're going to talk about it. We're going to send each other videos while we're pooping, and I'm going to be talking mad crap to you.
Speaking of which, I just saw this thing from the league. One of the guys was talking about when they had Marshawn on. Marshawn totally messed with the whole crew to pretend like he wasn't ever even there. Like, anyway,
dude, the league's a great show.
The league's a good
It's
show.
one of my favorite shows.
And Marshawn Lynch is one of the great personalities the NFL's ever had.
The
guy's hilarious.
Dude, he's great.
That's actually the best part about the Thursday night games on Prime. Is he has the little Marshawn section. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
Dude, it's so good.
I don't watch it on Prime.
It's all right. That's another example, though, of another service you have to stream.
But I already stream it, so I have it. I just don't pay attention enough. But usually Thursday Night Football sucks.
It usually does.
It's usually the junk teams. They just want people to try to tune in.
Because you have to give everybody a primetime game at some point. So
it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm just frustrated by it because I really am. I just had this conversation yesterday. I'm really at my wit's end when it comes to streaming. Like, I'm just tired of all the different streaming apps and all the different subscriptions and all the amount of money I'm spending to all these different places. Like, dude, let's just go back to cable. Let's just go back to cable.
It's just the problem is it's more expensive now.
But it's just as expensive. That's what I'm saying. Like, with everything else,
they always seem to be more.
But okay, so here's the thing. Let's say you want to watch TV.
Satellite.
I'm saying cable, satellite, whatever. So if you want to watch any games on TV, like if you want, the only reason why I sign up for YouTube TV is so I can watch games, right? Because I can't get that through Netflix. I can't get that through HBO Max, whatever it is. That's like $70 a month right there. Okay. Then you add Netflix, which is what, 22 now?
I don't even know.
Okay, so
dude, it's so sad. I don't even know because it just comes out of my account. Whatever.
Yeah, but that's what they bank on.
Yeah.
They bank on people just not paying attention to it. But then there's Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, which
Hulu,
I'm paying
Disney
for. Amazon
Plus
Prime no
and ESPN are all like it's a bundle.
It is, but each
it's
of
still
that bubble
expensive,
just goes up. So if you can do one of them, or just the other one, or just the other one. So the point is, I'm already back to like $150 anyway. And it's like, dude, what the crap, man?
Like $150 for internet, bro. On top, so that's the other thing. When you have all these streaming services, then you got to pay more for internet.
Yes, you have to pay ridiculous.
You can't win, dude. There's just no winning at all.
No, I freaking hate it. So much for me trying to end this on a good note. Way to go, Diamondbacks. I'm glad you shut out the Dodgers tonight, and here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. Good job, D-backs.
Hey, give us some pride, man, because the Suns completely dropped the ball.
And we're going to have to talk about we'll talk about that till football starts.
Oh, yeah.
The Suns screwed everything up.
That's going to keep on happening. Anyway, well, so like we said, we're not going to be here Sunday night, so we're just going to drop this tomorrow. It's, we almost gave you 2 hours of our voices.
We can drop it whenever. You don't have to hurry.
We might as well do it tomorrow.
That's why it's not me, it's you, so you can do it whenever you want. Just tell me when.
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know that, I'm the one that handles the editing and recording of this crap. Jason does all the social media stuff, so I don't have to think about it. No.
But it's a give take because I have no clue what you're doing there. But I'm learning a lot more with that. I downloaded this app, which your dad apparently didn't like for one of the songs, but it's fine. He doesn't listen.
It was pretty rough.
But it's just, that just shows how differently we were raised because I didn't even blink an eye at that. It didn't even register, bro.
I'm sure you didn't even hear it.
No, not even close.
And
dude.
see, I was in Florida. I didn't even know what it was. And it was one of those things where, like, I guarantee that's the first time my dad has ever clicked on anything.
Papa Pug, I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't know. My mom grew up saying some words to me like that all the time. So I just don't hear it. Like, I don't know. So
Well, like I said,
it was an innocent mistake, and I'm good. But this
We're
app
learning
is,
on the go.
But
We're
this
learning.
app is cool. It's got a whole bunch of little things you can do, like the one I did with the girls on it, where you can. I don't know. I'm just learning all
I'll
these.
tell you
little
what,
things,
man, the Jurassic Park one was freaking awesome.
I knew you'd like that
I
as soon as
love
I
that
saw
one.
it, just because it's Jurassic Park.
It's Jurassic Park.
And like you said, that's the best part of the whole movie. It's like the whole game changer of the whole movie at the beginning.
Yes. Oh, but okay. I've been saying like we're done like 6 times now.
I know.
But I'm being honest when I say there is not a movie from my youth that holds up better than Jurassic Park. That movie,
it's solid.
to this day, is amazing. Like, think about it. The dinosaurs look
Especially
so real.
for that time frame.
Yes.
Like you've got they kind of, and that's not CGI. I don't even know what they use. It was probably some kind of makeshift CGI.
And like puppets and animatronics. Dude, it was released in 1993.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane how good it still is, dude.
Yeah,
it's still so good.
Still very believable.
100%. Like, it's
Still giving people nightmares.
yeah, dude, and it's better than a lot of these movies we see now released as CGI.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm watching one of these shows right now that, first, I love it. Not up your alley, apparently. I thought it might be. It's called Masters of the Air. It's about the B-17 bomber pilots from World War II, okay? And the whole thing is awesome until they show them flying. Because you can tell these are not real B-17s.
Oh.
The CGI is so obvious. Where I'm like, dude, I thought in 2024 that the computer-generated images, which is what CGI stands for, anybody didn't know that, would be so good that at least a World War II bomber plane wouldn't be noticeable that it was not real. But it is so obvious. But anyway, it's still pretty good. The story's pretty solid.
I'm sure it's a good story.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, stay fresh, cheese bags.
And like Fat Kids and Dodgeball, we're out.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.